Wait.
The
Nick,
best arc of
and
the whole
introduce
series.
yourselves.
Okay.
Oh,
Elliot,
what?
introduce yourself.
Oh. Oh, you doing Thomas Burger and what going on with our college movie video games. This year I got Banner 1 and 2 for Nintendo Switch. So let's get the party started.
I'm Nick Lenz. I review movies, TV shows,
Sorry about that.
comics, novels, anime, and I review some manga.
To talk about, well, pretty much whatever.
Yep.
And like I was saying, yeah, Dragon Ball Super's ending in 3 more episodes, and plus Vegeta just, well, it's okay.
Yep.
He lost, but oh well. At least he went out with some dignity.
Yep.
And also, I haven't heard nobody talk about Boruto in a while.
Yeah.
Again, I don't watch Boruto because I'm with an English dub, but
I don't know when the dub is going to start up for Boruto, but as far as I can tell for the dub for Shippuden, there's only about 70 episodes left to dub for that series. Because the last DVD that came out, they dubbed from the episode of release was 417 to 413. These were episodes from season 20, the longest season of the series. And when it comes to Boruto right now, they're in the arc right now where they're facing a gang called the Byakuya Gang, and it seems like this arc is a character piece for Shikadai, Shikamaru's son.
Basically, just Shikamaru.
Yeah,
with nothing added.
It's a character piece for him. He seems like he's the only one who actually doing something in the past couple episodes because Boruto doesn't do much of anything. Even though he's a tail character, he just does almost jack frickin' squat. The only time he did anything was when Tamari, Shikadai's mother, authorized him to take out one member of the Byakuya Gang. That's it. He hasn't done really all that much. Not since the start of this arc.
Nope. And I don't know what's going on with Boruto because I haven't been keeping up. Started on the freaking movie yet.
Yeah.
What movie?
I think they're going to start it soon because they did mention in this episode that the tuning exams are coming up. So it might be just after the completion of this arc that they may go to the adaptation of the Boruto film.
They said that 10 episodes ago because they finally brought Momoshiki into it. They brought
the Heavenly Scientist guy who nearly ruined Boruto's ninja career.
Yeah, and I'm like, they said that 10. We thought they were gearing up 10 episodes ago.
Yeah, but with this arc,
apparently not.
Here, they're just biding their time. I have no idea how long this arc is going to last for. This arc is only going on for roughly 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, the first mission they went out only lasted for 2.
Oh yeah, they're redoing all that again. In fact, I haven't been keeping up with the manga. I've been keeping more up on with Attack on Titan. Now that is more interesting.
Yeah, I read the newest chapter, and wow, it was exciting, that last chapter. I even did a review of it.
I know. And then now we're all making about our theories about what the hell is going to go on with this little Marley arc.
Yeah, and
how
there are some characters who have not even shown up yet post time skip. Armin has not shown up yet. Maybe he's one big one.
Everybody who mattered showed up already.
Except Armin, because I would think Armin would matter because he's one of the main 3, one of the big main characters.
Armin can't just like show up because his ability will literally destroy everything around them. Literally.
Yeah, because he's the Colossal Titan.
No, not just because it's so huge. One of the problems is when it activates, it's like a mini freaking like a tactical bomb going off, and its steam is so hot it can literally melt off your skin.
Yeah,
you can't get near it, and it's too big.
I think the one person people were surprised that he didn't change at all during time skip was Levi. He looked exactly the same.
Actually, he's like 37 or 38 before this time skip, right?
Pre-time skip, according to the writer, he said he was in his early 30s.
Yeah, I think he said either mid to late 30s because I remember they said they actually gave it a number like 35.
Yeah, I heard it was early 30s. Oh, and here's something interesting though. I found out about Levi. Did you know he's based upon Rorschach from Watchmen?
No.
Yeah, he is. I mean, heck, he even has the same. You know how in the Watchmen film, Rorschach has got a scarf. In the show,
Yeah.
Levi has got an ascot on. His appearance is basically based on Rorschach. Heck, his mannerisms are similar to Rorschach.
Well, the whole grunting and doing very violent things to people and extremely,
Yeah.
yeah, that's Rorschach.
And I've heard also that Aaron's Titan form is based upon MMA fighter.
Yep.
Which one? Because there's a lot of MMA fighters.
Yeah, because I heard the writer is a huge MMA fan, like how the Armored Titan is based upon Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, the female, and plus he threw actual MMA. He was actually throwing Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu into their fighting stances.
Yeah, heck, the anime. I don't know if you noticed this. The way he's depicted in the anime, it looks like the animators, because of the fact that they knew his Titan form is based on Brock Lesnar. It's like they made Reiner so close to Brock. It's like they made the way he looks almost exactly like Brock Lesnar, except he's not that beefy as Brock Lesnar. He's beefy, but not as beefy as Brock Lesnar.
That's because Brock Lesnar was also part of the NFL, and he got his gains up.
Yep. I don't know if he's been told about this one character is based upon him. I don't know if he knows about it or not.
I don't think he's into anime to begin with, so he probably doesn't. Like it's like One Piece.
I'm sure he doesn't
where
mind
a lot
it.
of characters
I
are
mean,
based off.
Yep. Just like how, well, you have characters in One Piece based upon real life people.
Yeah, like the chart I showed you, like Michael. Actually, at first I thought Michael Jackson was. Some people say he's Hody Jones, and I see some other people say he's what's that freaking hypnotist name? Because it's kind of
Django.
Django. Yeah, they say he's either Hody Jones or Django. Then you have the admirals, who are literally the four admirals, who are literally based off of actual Japanese actors, and actual samurai.
Whitebeard's based upon Hulk Hogan.
And that
one guy who's a leader of CP9 apparently is based upon Mick Foley.
Also,
for some reason.
Here's the interesting thing: Edward Teach. Well, they gave him the name Teach because his real name, Blackbeard's real name was Edward Thatch.
Yeah, I heard that him, one other character, and of course the guy who really is based on Blackbeard. You have like 3 characters who are named after Blackbeard. And
only one is actually the real name.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Have any of you seen Black Panther?
Well, I've heard he's almost exactly like the real life Blackbeard, except Blackbeard was not 11 feet tall and he was not overweight.
There was a lot of things.
No, he did not.
And in Blackbeard, here's another thing people didn't know, that Blackbeard was only a pirate for 2 years.
Yep, until he died.
Yeah, and I also found out something really interesting thanks to this YouTuber named Animal Balls Deep. Apparently, Gold Roger is based upon a real life pirate.
Yeah, he's actually it's less about actually being based on. He got
it's not historically accurate, it's a damn sure.
Because there's an actual treasure in real life that the real life pirate has that it's some kind of decipher they have, and nobody has been able to decipher it.
Well, it's not historically accurate.
It's based off the actual pirate named Roronoa Zoro.
Yeah,
there's a real life
I heard
pirate.
Zoro was based. I heard he's named after a real life pirate, but
based
aside from
off his
that,
name,
he has nothing in common with him at all.
And there's Jory Bonnie, whose name is after an actual pirate, whose dad, I think he was her stepfather, who just so happens to be a naval commander.
Yeah, and of course, I kind of knew about Capone, the gang Ben.
That's just automatic. Everybody should know about Capone.
Yeah, I mean he's almost exactly like Al Capone, because the most recent episode that aired, it seems like he has a similar backstory to Al Capone, except getting his face sliced up in a nightclub.
Yeah, if you look at him, he's literally Al Capone.
Yeah, but I highlight that Al Capone been complaining about because the guy's been dead for 70 years.
That, and he died in his cell with syphilis, and his brain deteriorated to the point where he didn't know where he was.
Well, actually, he didn't die in prison. He died at his home in Florida.
Yeah, but the thing was that he had syphilis, and it deteriorated his brain so much that he literally did not know where he was.
Yeah, and apparently, from what I've heard, he had this thing where he was fishing in his swimming pool, and he also lost a bunch of weight when he was in Alcatraz.
Well, that happens when you're around a bunch of when you're on one of the most deadliest prisons ever, and you have an STD that's never gone treated. This is why the Men of Tuscany exists, which is a messed up documentary. Also, another thing about One Piece is that Oda always references actual real world events as well. Like Crusades, burning of islands, that Law's backstory, which is I think that's supposed to represent the Black Plague.
Yep. Wait.
But what about the Buster Call? Is that based upon anything, or did Oda made it up for the show?
Oh, what Law's backstory?
They probably made it up for the show.
The Robin backstory where home was destroyed by a Buster Call, where the whole thing with 10 warships.
That's all original because that actually has to do with the actual main plot itself.
Yeah, but the thing is, I highly doubt any country in the real world would actually do that.
No, they wouldn't.
One Piece is different. There's this guy named Taking 101. He made a video called how the world government and how they stay in control. And the way they stay in control is geography is literally everything. You have the 4 main oceans, which is North, South, East, and Blue Seas. Then you have the Grand Line, and then you have the New World. The Grand Line is one halfway into it's somewhere in the middle where all the seas connect. And then you have the New World.
It kind of looks like it's the equator of the planet. That's what it looks like. And there also is the Red Continent, which pretty much covers like half the globe.
Oh, you mean the Red Line? Yes, it's basically, they said it's over 7,000 feet tall. It's like something really big, and one of the things they noticed in here is Sanji's from the North Blue, and they noticed that it's odd because it's almost impossible to go from the North Blue all the way to East Blue.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those things where you gotta look up like the world of One Piece.
I mean, there's only 2 ways that Dave explained in the anime. There's only 2 ways of going around the wall. Either one, go over the wall, abandon your current ship, and get a new ship on the other side, or go to Fishman Island.
Fine. Or basically, you could try to go. You gotta go through Mary Joyce and do the reverse mountain, which is more dangerous because there's a good chance that you'll just die immediately if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's only 2 real ways, or basically what Sanji's family did.
What exactly did they do? Because I don't think they even explained in the anime.
No, they explained in the anime and in the manga that they basically used their ship. Which is
what did they do? Go underwater like a submarine?
Sanji? What'd you say, Nick?
I mean, what do they do? Just submerge the whole ship?
Well, you could do that. That's how you got to get to Fisherman Island. That's the only way to Fisherman Islands is you have to you have to coat your ship. Basically, it's a special kind of air bubble where it allows you to go underwater and keep the oxygen for the ship. That way, it makes it safe to go underwater.
I know the Sunny was coated twice. It was first coated by Dark King Silver Rayleigh, and then the second time was coated by. It was coated by
Frankie.
Not Frankie. It was Tom's brother, Don.
Frankie coated the second time because he knew how to actually do it that time. But the problem was that it was a good thing that the whole body are actually happy because if they went to the New World, they'll be dead right now. They'll either be dead or working under someone.
Yeah, Jeremy, I'm hearing echo from your end.
That's because somebody has the video playing in the background.
It's not me.
Hang on.
Yeah, because I have mine on mute just to look at the live chat, but somebody else has the actual video playing in the background.
Yeah, well, it's not me because I don't have any video playing right now.
Yeah, okay.
My mom wants some TV. Hang on, I'll get headsets.
Okay. But yeah, that's the only way it'll echo is if somebody's playing the video in the background.
Yeah, I did a review of the newest chapter for One Piece, where it's literally the whole chapter is a fight between Luffy and Katakuri, and it's one awesome fight.
Actually, everybody's making comparisons to him between him and Rob Lucci.
Yeah, I even heard it's even a little bit better than Luffy's fight with Doflamingo.
Actually, a lot of people are kind of controversial when it comes to Dressrosa. One, it was 100 chapters long, the longest arc ever in One Piece, which I like.
I heard it was. I looked it up. It's 112 chapters, but the anime is 118 episodes.
Actually, it's only 100 chapters because once Luffy gets the Grand Fleet, that's the end of Dressrosa. It's 100 chapters long.
Yeah, the arc that came right after that was not very long. I think it was like
a recap
24
arc.
Chapters.
Yeah, Zoe was just basically one huge recap arc, which One Piece anime needs filler. It needs filler desperately.
Yeah, but one thing, the episode that aired today was all about Benji's backstory. Next week is that meeting between Luffy and the Fire Tank Pirates.
Luffy and Bane,
which is from chapter 858, which I remember this chapter really well because in this chapter, Luffy runs to Caesar clowning for the first time since Dressrosa.
Yeah, but no, you mean Gangster Gastino.
Gangster who?
But it is Caesar Clown, and Nami's like, I remember from the chapter, it's like, Luffy, I know he's going to be wrong a lot of stuff, but yeah, you're correct. You're right. That is Caesar Clown.
No, people people actually, when I was in the community, when that chapter came out, people were literally arguing whether or not that actually is Caesar. And I'm saying, dude, there's times where Oda is literally just obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know why some people didn't.
I'm sure many people have pointed this out. I'm sure Oda did this, but Brayley and Caesar Clown look very similar with the exception of the nose.
Yep.
Well, that's just character noses, which I don't really see. But another thing I also noticed is they needed to start doing cover stories because in the manga, they used to have chapter cover stories where it talks about different characters and what they've been through, like what Enel did after Skypiea, or what Gadatsu did when he fell down from
Yeah, now it's just whatever the Straw Hat Grand Fleet is up to. This time it's about the giant pirates and
Hellbath. Everybody loves him.
I haven't seen him since the previous arc of the series, when he found out that the giant pirates quit working for him.
Yeah, but then again, Oda also said that Buggy can actually be very dangerous if he actually trained his Devil Fruit.
Yeah.
Which is like you said, most pirates in this world use swords. His Devil Fruit literally stops.
Of course.
But
he has.
I know the gang. He doesn't use a sword. He uses.
Yeah, it's literally made to stop.
Capone uses guns. He basically is a literal tank.
No, he's a castle. He doesn't use
guns. What?
His entire body.
I can still be living castle. How's that possible?
Devil fruits. It's basically in this world. There's things called devil fruits.
I know about those. My memory says tsunami
because and like I said, in One Piece, there's 3 types. Either you're a Logia, you're a Paramecia, or you're a Zoan. And the thing is, Zoans are all animals, and then there's subcategories. Like for Zoans, there's mythical Zoans, which is basically animals that only exist in myths. And then there's ancient, which things that used to exist, like dinosaurs and mammoths. Then you have Logia based off of elements, which Oda had to ran on Katakuri. Because apparently Mochi is not an element.
Yeah, and I know that Jack of these pirates, I know he can turn into an elephant.
Yeah, he's an ancient Zoan type, which is actually more, from what I heard, is ancient and mythical devil fruits are more rare than Logia types.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Jack, despite being main antagonist in the previous arc, Luffy never met him or even fought him at all.
No, the Straw Hats never met Jack once, and people are talking about how they're gonna go. What are they gonna do once they meet Jack for real and Wano? Which everybody's looking forward to Wano, but I'm looking more forward to the Reverie.
Yeah.
Don't know why people.
One character
know
I
why
think they should like of the current warlords to have right now. I think the one person who I think does not deserve to be a warlord is Edward Weevil.
We don't know nothing about Weevil. All we know is that he's strong, and Kizaru made that second glance that he's like Whitebeard in his own youth. And if an admiral says
Yeah,
you're basically
he
like
thinks he's Whitebeard's son, even though there's no proof of it. And he's only appeared for like one episode of the anime, and he appears for one episode, one chapter in the manga.
Well, Whitebeard had a lot of people who like to claim his son. Plus, we don't really know much about Weevil to begin with.
Yeah. Well, and he also had, before he was a warlord, his bounty was like 800 million.
No, 480 million. So, yeah, the highest bounty for a warlord is pretty much what's law. No, wait. Was it Law or Mihawk? Both of them was up there because the lowest bounty was
I've never seen Hawkeye Mihawk's bounty, but I
no,
would assume that Batama Kuma, I'm sure his bounty was huge.
It's 420 million. Buffy's was 300.
Really? That's how big his bounty was?
Dracula Mihawk was like 3 or maybe 4 something. Then Law
I would say the one that had the smallest is probably Boa Hancock.
Crocodile was 81 million. And Boa Hancock, no, I think it was Boa Hancock who had 80 million and Crocodile who had 81 million. They both had low bounties, but then again, the government recognized them as strong people, so they heard they recruited them like Ace. They realized Ace could have been a real threat. That's why they tried to make him a Shibujukai when he was still a rookie. He turned it down, but still, that means something.
I'm surprised Luffy has not been offered a position of a warlord yet.
That's because Luffy will turn it down immediately. He's like his grandpa. He does not like to be told what to do.
He wants to be the best pirate. He wants to be the pirate king.
King of the pirates, but the thing about being a warlord is that you have to do what the military tells you to do.
Yeah, which is a terrible idea, especially for pirates. Because
one thing I hope though for the
Wano powers because you got the Yonkos, the people who run the New World. Then you have the warlords and the Marines, the people who try to keep order. And the only reason they keep warlords is because they need people who are strong and also have a big reputation.
One thing I hope for the Wano arc, Luffy tells the rest of the crew about the Grand Fleet, because I don't think they even know about it at all.
Oh no, that's gonna come up. Believe me, that's gonna pop up because Oda said in the box right after in that chapter the Grand Fleet was created. That one day they're going to do something so shocking that the world is going to shake the world to its core. And some people think maybe it's taking down Kaido, but that has yet to be seen.
Yeah, one thing I hope though, that I hope Luffy got the Transponso numbers before they all left. I hope he did, even though they got his Viva card. But I think he should have got the Transponso numbers because the only one he has is the Red Rosy Pirates. That's the only Transponso number he has. But I think he should have got one from all the Flood Division commanders, and then had like maybe I don't know, have like Nami or Sanji contact all of them, have them meet in the Wano country, and they can do like a big brawl, like kind of like what Whitebeard did in Marineford.
Well, they do have his Fever card, and the moment something happens to their Fever card, they will know immediately.
But I think that Luffy should have given the Transpar Snail for the Thousand Sunny.
Well, it's Luffy. It's his Grand Fleet, and plus they know he's stubborn. He would never done it.
Yeah, but I think the one person who probably would keep number is probably, I would say it's probably Frankie.
No, Usopp will keep it because it's Usopp. Besides, he wants to go to Elbaf, and if he hears that there's giants part of the Grand Fleet, you guarantee he was going to want to hang out with those guys because that's one of his dreams. Is to go to Elbaf, which I want to go see Elbaf.
Yeah, maybe
it's based on Norse mythology. And we're going to get Odin and Loki and all. Because one of the princes is called Loki.
Wait. Are they the actual Norse gods, or did this guy pretend to be the Norse gods?
Basically, they just use reference. Oda uses actual real world mythology and countries. Like Wano's based on Japan.
One in Norway. One in London.
Would you say that Alabasta is based upon Aladdin?
It's less like Aladdin and more like the Middle East / Egypt.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And
What about places like
Monkey Island.
where
That's
yeah
based on
where
basic.
Luffy, Nami, and Usopp are from?
Oh, wait a sec. 1 second. 1 second.
Okay. There's one of the places. Tell you, there's one place in the show that looks like London.
yeah, as expected.
Yeah, it was a place that Cabbage, he's the first division commander of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. He went there and he kind of acted like Jack the Ripper and started massacring people there.
Wow. Holy shit.
Oh, and guess what the name of his crew is?
Jax, I presume.
The Beautiful Pirates.
Because they're psychopaths. Of course.
No, they call themselves the Beautiful Pirates because the captain's a pretty boy.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy who's second division commander, he's a huge Straw Hat Fleet fan. He's a huge fan of the Straw Hat crew, and his ship is called the Going Luffy Senpai. And his crew is called the Barto Club. And they have no navigator at all.
Interesting. Anyways, speaking of to bit any One Piece. Sorry to make it short, but quick question: what do you plan on Dog American doing?
It's probably Greg Capola. He's probably having some. It's probably taking a while just to finish the final issue because I don't think it's Scott Snyder's fault because this is probably the second book he's been on that's been delayed, and it's not been his fault. It's been generally the artist's fault because remember Superman Unchained?
Yeah, I remember. Oh my god, don't mind
I think
me.
most people can blame the delay for that series on Jim Lee,
Yep.
which most people can agree on that. In the case of this one, it's probably Greg Capola. He's probably having some. He's probably taking a little while to finish the book. That's probably the reason for the delay of the book. Though
Which
it's only
makes
one. It's been. I think I think it's the first time there's been an announcement of a delay, but I think this whole delay thing has been going on since issue 3.
Yeah, issue 3, which that's been so annoying because I love this event. This event's been awesome. One of the best events I read DC for years.
And it started like last summer. It's been going for almost a whole year.
Yeah, it's way better than feature and crap. By the way, this book is and I'm with a Benjamin takeover, which we'll get a Benjamin later. But one of the show.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I don't remember if this article said like what issue is supposed to be the last issue of that volume. It's going to volume number. I don't know why.
Yeah, I got no idea.
It's going to start as soon as Pierre Tomasi finishes up the run.
That's the good news. Everything going to be Tomasi during the annual with the special, and okay, the special will be a one shot. And well, I am annoyed and pissed off that Superman get rewatch #1 again for some stupid reason.
At least action is still continuing. It's triple. It's
agreed. Oh,
I would say right now because it's. But with him leaving that book, the only book he's doing is Batman Beyond. That's it.
Yeah. And that's it.
I have not heard if he's going to do any other book. I mean, look at Pierre Tomasi, for example. With his run on Superman ending, the only book he's doing, off the top of my head, is Super Sons. Yep. That's it.
And
at least it's still writing John.
Yeah, that's the good news. Because I was so excited to destroy John because the way he did Iceman, oh god, that been a nightmare.
Yeah, but
that pissed me off.
I have, and this is really weird. Apparently, in issue 1000, or at least at some point, apparently Jurgens is going to kill Lex Luthor.
Yep. Which makes sense because
I don't know why.
Good Lex Luthor wasn't going to last forever. We all know this. So I think I know what Jurgens do. I think Jurgens is going to kill Lex Luthor in quotation marks, and that means that by fake his death and probably well.
Well, he has. I think this is the second time he's attempted to kill off Lex because I think he killed him also off in the 90s as well.
Yeah, then Dbzs was
Yeah.
her Superman
They
story.
clone, and then they brought him back.
It's weird.
No, I'm not talking about Superman. I'm talking about Lex.
Yeah, Lex.
Where he killed his
Yeah,
original body because he was replacing
Yeah.
his body with cybernetic parts, and then he cloned himself.
Yeah, that's the version I'm talking about. He was cloned, and then they brought him back. It was weird.
Like the 90s for you. Weird. Speaking of it, John, remind me. Jeremy, what's your opinion of Dr. Metal getting delayed?
Wait, what?
What's your opinion of Dr. Metal getting delayed? Dr. Metal.
Oh, you mean, yeah, Dark Knight. Already talked about that.
We did? Damn.
Yeah, I already said it was. I said it already was getting delayed. It had issues, but yeah, I like Wild Hunt and the fact that apparently there's 53 Earths.
Yep. Which Wild Hunt? Holy shit! Like
I think in that one shot they killed off one of the evil Batmen.
Yep, they killed 50 do a death. He's dead.
Yeah, basically the Batman who left, he saw that there's going to be some weaknesses. Whole point was just to cull the weak from the strong.
Yep. And Batman who left has to go there would betray him.
I think the one shot I think the one shot for him. I think his one shot was done by Joshua Williamson.
James tried it in the Red Death. Yeah, it was done by Joshua Williamson, and basically the guys who did
because Williamson does the Flash.
Yep.
Which I saw what happened in the Flash on issue 40.
What happened? Oh yeah, I know what happened. I'm basically very watching this right now. Why if the new Flash? Like that makes me so happy. Yay, Wally!
Wait, this was the Flash war, right? Or was this the lead
no,
up to the Flash?
I think we at the Flash war because we had Grodd invading like Central City, and
yeah, I'm saying like issue 40 is the end of the current arc and is about to set up the Flash war, or was it the end of the Flash war?
No.
Issue 40 has been building since issue 1.
Yeah, I know because they brought the Flash or China back.
Yeah. The annual actually was the prequel to Flash War.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What issue 40 is it the?
I think with that Flash War, they're going to finally kind of whole thing with Wally West, maybe or something. I'm not really sure, but I thought the whole focus of the Flash Force is the Wally West.
Yep.
I hope so, because now they can bring back Linda Park out of the Titans.
Yep. And also they're gonna Wally's kids too. So now we got John, Damian, and
we don't know any of
two kids.
We don't know any of that yet.
Yeah, one thing I gotta praise Williamson for doing, he made
Yep.
Yeah. What about it?
Nick?
What the link I posted?
Yeah. What about him?
Yeah, they're coming with another OVA for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures
Again?
this summer.
How many OVA did this thing get?
This is the second one.
This is the one about 10 years later about Rohan when he went to France and he investigated a haunted painting.
Oh, I don't watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, so I have no what
it's pure fun to watching the show, especially since if you watch the dub, you will like the first JoJo is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
I don't think he knows who Johnny Young Bosch is. Well, I mean, how famous the voice actor is. He knows a lot of people.
Yeah, but I think you're familiar with Adam Park from Power Rangers, right?
Basically, Ichigo, Lelouch, Van Rouge, all those people.
I think Ichigo was his most famous character he's ever. Even though he's done a ton of voiceovers, but I think he's his most known character he's ever voiced.
Yeah, because he was part of the Big Three.
Yep. Just like how I have her name up. The woman who voices Luffy, which is weird.
Because he's been.
It is her name is. If I can here, her name is Colleen Chickenbeard.
Wait, the
I think
English
that's
or
even
Japanese?
English, the same actress that voices Urza.
Yeah, English or Japanese?
Probably Japanese, probably.
No, it's the English dub.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jerry, I want to ask this actually like last week. What's your opinion on the whole actually Ben not Ben Ben Jaren and Peter Marshall in the final for the one shot as Superman?
I think something's wrong, and I think Bendis is either they're catering to Bendis or he's strong manning his way into DC Comics.
Yeah, I can see that being
Well,
the
there
case.
was an article that came out of why he chose Superman over Batman.
Or
Because
Batman.
a lot of people thought he would do Batman because, well, time stuff.
He's good at street level character.
He's not good with character creators.
Yeah, but I think the reason why, and this is my theory, is because, well, because DC does not want to take Tom King off Batman and James Tynion off Detective, and because Batman's biggest cash cow, they probably want him to do something else. So he chose Superman, which he's done stuff in space before. So.
Superman been doing good with Peter Twine, Dan Jones, like both. Right, been doing issue action comics, man. Yeah, awesome.
People got back into Superman because of those two. So that makes you.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, Bendis has written a solo series featuring a character who's got powers. Well, Spider-Man, obviously. But aside from that, of course, he wrote the Avengers. But as for a solo book, aside from Spider-Man, I can't think of any solo series he's written where someone has actual like powers. I mean, yeah, you got Daredevil, who's got his radar sense, but
other things. He wrote Doom. He writes a lot of people with superpowers. It's nothing.
Doom is not power. Doom is more magic.
Magic is still a power.
Jessica Jones. He created and wrote Jessica Jones. That is a superpower character right there.
Yep,
Luke Cage is a superpower character.
Anybody great Luke Cage
is a superpower.
Yeah, but he never wrote a Luke Cage solo title. He did write the character in Avengers, but he never wrote the last two solo titles released for him. He had a mini-series released between Volumes 1 and 2, and the recent series Dave Walker has done.
Speaking of Bendis and crazy, my line came out, and it's just boring and it's pointless. Same thing about Makes My Annual with Dan Strong.
Yeah, I know for the Spider-Man book by Bendis, it just seems like he just kind of tiptoeing over the issue of how Aaron Davis could be alive.
That made me mad.
It's like he hasn't given a proper explanation.
He doesn't care.
Just like how he has not properly explained how in the world did Diamondback survive falling from a skylight.
Like I said, Bendis does not care. This is basically fluff till he leaves.
Yeah, he also retconned the reason why that Luke Cage went to prison, because in the original origin story, he went to prison because drugs were playing in his apartment. The retcons, oh yeah, he got diamonds playing in his apartment. I'm like,
that's bullshit.
Why in the world they changed that? They actually changed. I have no idea why Bendis did that for. It was so silly.
For him to completely be gone so they can retcon Iceman to stop being gay.
Can they also retcon me, Spider-Man? Because then shocked Annual it's so goddamn boring and pointless.
Dan Slott deleted his Twitter.
Again?
Yeah. He's off the Twitter.
I don't think I don't remember seeing his name on the recent annual that came out.
Because I know Mark Waid left Twitter again.
God damn it!
I don't
the thing
really
is that
it's been a few days since I've read the Spider-Man annual.
What?
I don't exactly remember what happened in the Spider-Man annual. The newest one that just came out.
Because nothing interesting has been happening.
Yeah, the Makes My Annual is so.
Oh, I do remember. There was one story I do remember. They celebrate Peter's birthday.
Yeah, but I heard Dan Slott is basically just writing slow and doing this on purpose just to piss people off one last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have heard his special last issue from his Spider-Man is 801. 801. That is his last issue he's doing.
And he's going to be very disappointed once he starts doing Iron Man because he's not going to be making that Spidey bucks.
Yeah, but
thank God he's
as far as I remember, Aside
Yeah,
from
that's-
writing Iron Man in the Amazing Spider-Man book, I don't think he's ever written Iron Man in the past because when people think of books written by aside from Spider-Man, he's written Silver Surfer, She-Hulk, the first Great Like Avengers series, Mighty Avengers, the first one, not the most recent one. He did the
Yeah.
last 16 issues, the first one, and I think that's it. I can't think of any ongoing series he's done.
Actually did Superman
When did he do Superman?
a long time ago. He wrote for DC
Wait.
Comics.
Okay,
You go look him up.
yeah, but
DC Comics.
I don't think
so
he's
I
ever written
will-
for the Iron Man title at all the entire time he's worked at Marvel.
No, he had not. He wrote Iron Man and Amazing Spider-Man issue, and guess what? It was
His main source of
boring.
income and his lifeblood is Spider-Man, and I guess he thought he was going to be on Spider-Man until the day he dies, but no. Ever since CB got in, he's basically Marvel's been kind of
Clean
they've
house.
all been behaving on Twitter.
Can they also get at the get one more day and just undo that stupid deal? They left into now at the
Next part, CB, from what people are theorizing, they probably will get rid of it because a lot of people hated
Yeah.
it. Even the writers want to undo it. And Joe
That's
Quesada
right.
can't
Yeah.
say
Here's the difference between when it comes to the last two editors over. Quesada, the only thing bad that happened I can think of was any really bad things that happened. The 9% immune. Apart from that, that's it. That's only really under Joe Quesada. So there's been a bunch of bad things. I did a whole video on that.
Yep.
Like the real
I did see
number
that.
one, the political stuff, the cancellation of so many good titles.
Captain
Watching
America.
too
How
many
you do it?
because
Too long.
there have been politics going on in the background, and I didn't even learn. I realized this in 2016. I just realized that I've been looking at Twitter feeds. Apparently, he's also another politician who basically didn't like Trump or anybody. He wanted people who liked his ideals.
Which don't get me wrong. No one's like Trump, but we're stuck with him, unfortunately.
I hope
Basically,
Steve Bassick tells one of the artists to have an issue where Donald Trump shows up because they had
Yeah,
Obama
Sam
show
Jane
up
showed
the
up
whole time
once.
he was in office. He showed up frequently in Marvel a lot. Bush showed up in Marvel. Like, even though, he showed up in the Ultimate Universe, but he showed up a lot in Marvel Comics. Trump has not made a physical appearance yet in the Marvel Universe. And generally, all the superheroes do meet every single president. They have met every single one since FDR.
Why do I got weird
Because he's a Nazi in their eyes. Apparently, in Mark Waid's latest issue of Captain America, apparently some alt-right Nazis took over America in 7 years. How the hell that happened?
How? That's
No
impossible. That makes it impossible again.
I saw something
I hope
on
presidents
Twitter.
Normally when they have presidents show up, usually the first person to meet them is Captain America a lot of the time. That's usually how it's written. But since he's out of the picture, and it can't be Iron Man right now because he's currently in the coma, though he might meet
Actually,
Trump.
he's not in coma anymore.
I
He's
think
awake.
maybe.
He's coming back and issue out.
Well, let's say Obama. You look at Barack Obama, for example. Who was the first superhero he met in the Marvel Universe when he became president? Do you know who it was?
Nope. I give up.
Obama showed up a lot.
The first superhero he met in Marvel Comics was Spider-Man. That was the first person he ever met.
Yeah, they did a whole issue about it.
That's a brand new day. That's a brand new day crap. God,
He didn't appear that much, but at least he showed up. I would say his best time to shine in the entire time that he was president was Siege.
He showed up in other events too.
When he got one of his best shining moments in the Marvel Universe, he got ticked off at Osborn for disobeying him, so he calls up Captain America to
kick his ass,
sick the Avengers on, and have the Air Force take down Hammer, which is probably the awesomest thing he could do.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw this on Twitter. Apparently,
can't exactly remember what did he do that ends the Earth because
he showed
I can't
up.
really think of anything really big he did during that event. I mean, he didn't show up during the Fear itself or even Original Sin.
He showed up in I was telling you that he showed up in the I think issue of Ends of the Earth where He and Captain America were discussing about how if Doc Ock was telling the truth about his little plan to save the Earth.
Didn't Trump also show on Civil War 2? Oh, wait, he
Trump didn't
did.
show up yet because he wasn't in office yet. They were all still running for office.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Wait. Actually, during issue 8, the finale of that trailer going to the Secret Empire, we had decided not Obama, not to kill about like what's the plan with the future. I didn't plan.
But in the key Secret Empire itself, there's still some loose ends have not been wrapped up. Like, I'm trying to think, what was her name? It was Sally Field. Sally Field, an issue of Captain America Steve Rogers. She was put in Las Vegas, and no one has bothered to release her since that issue came out. I mean, it's been like
threw Camilla in jail for innocently locking people up just because some guy said so.
No one at the vote for the key. I think when Doc Ock big destroyed Parker Industries. Oh wait, I forget. Doc Ock, this smart repeat idiot.
Yeah, and of course, my biggest criticism of Secret Empire was a lack of Spider-Man involved. I mean, yeah, you have Miles, but what about Peter? He did jack freaking squat during his whole crossover.
He would do that. You think they will actually meet up in the Marvel Universe? But it seems like they exist in two different universes.
Oh, Peter did with fight Doc Ock for a year, but then no Parker Industries crap. Which I hate Parker Industries. Don't know that thing pissed me off in day one. But it was Doc Ock coming from the very start, not Peter's.
Take a look, let's say, from Original Sin up until Secret Empire. Original Sin, he shows up for one issue, and that's it. Access, he's there for most of the series.
And Secret
Wars, yeah, he was there for the whole thing. For Civil War 2, he is like nowhere to be seen, and there's no explanation of where the heck he was.
That tie-in was pointless.
I mean, he shows up on the cover of issue 1. He shows up on the cover of issue 1. Same thing for Secret Empire. Shows up for the first issue cover, but does not appear in the event at all. Well, Secret Empire, he didn't show up until like the Pencilum issue for like
issue 7,
one panel.
Issue 8, I think. Actually, that's
it was
true.
9.
He actually showed up in issue 1, whether it's a 0.
Then again, Peter talking and hanging out with Miles, that would somehow interrupt Bendis' story.
Spider-Man 2. Wait.
No, just Bendis and what he was doing with Miles by retelling his origin story again.
It's a horrible idea, but
which is why I kind of don't like him as a writer, because he feels like everything when happened in Marvel, he felt like everything he did was just exclusive and nobody else could do anything.
Except my budget.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
It's all over the place right now. It doesn't
make sense. He retconned something that was happening the previous year. What happened with the Hulk, and I don't know if he got heavily criticized for retconning something like Greg Pak did. You know, the retconning the whole thing of how Bruce Banner has got no gamma radiation in his body, and yet, according to Bendis, he still got gamma radiation in his body that can turn into the Hulk, so kill him with an arrow.
And Hawkeye killed him.
Nick Spencer's story with Tony Stark and Bruce, how he wanted them both to be in Secret Empire, but nope, because Bendis decided to kill him and put one in a coma. Because
by the way, Hulk is kind of
War to the series. I don't know why in the world that that Nick Spencer ripped off this scene from Civil War 1. You remember from Civil War 1 where at the ending you have Captain America's body and you have Iron Man sitting next to his body. And then the thing last year by having Iron Man in a coma and having Steve sitting right next to him. I have no idea why in the world Nick Spencer had to rip off Mark Millar.
Except he didn't know. That was Captain Hydra.
Because Civil War was actually a good story, but it just had a lackluster ending.
Civil War 2 was bullshit, but actually that made no sense. And plus, here's the thing about Civil War 2. The main Spider-Man tie-in for Civil War 2. What was the point of that tie-in? Answer: it was about Crash. Who cares about Crash? Because it's boring.
Yeah, and he said, the other thing, he's going to take Carol's side and no show the event.
Yep. Wow. What a pretty important story. I wonder why he shot all that crap. Oh, I know why. Because he wanted Crash to be important. Crash the main character. What Crash? I said no one gets out on Crash. He's boring.
I think he showed up once. Yeah, he showed up once after that miniseries ended, and he got away. After the last time he showed up, he hasn't seen since then.
Bullshit. We could
also Sean Gordon Murphy. He's also talking about he's pitching Volume 2 of Batman White Knight, and he's hoping that they'll greenlight it.
I hope
what?
Oh yeah,
Batman White Knight.
He will focus less on Gotham politics and more on the characters.
I said White Knight been awesome. I love White Knight. It's a great story.
That's if DC decides to go to a volume 2.
Yeah.
We say yes.
I saw your article. I saw the article you shared, Jeremy, about Marvel finally releasing the final issues of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's about time.
Yeah, I'm talking about because Jonathan Hickman finally came back. They're talking to him again.
It took Marvel 7 years to release issue 5.
7 years?
5 came out in 2011. If you look up to it, you'll find out it came out in. That's when it came out. I don't even think the second volume of S.H.I.E.L.D. was ever collected in trade at all.
It's there. It exists. It just never got released. It never got put into trade. I mean,
it's one of those mini trades that I would love to see print, but I mean, let's say the final trade that was going to collect the final issues, well, some of the final issues of Keith Giffen's run for Doom Patrol. That trade was never released because it was canceled due to low pre-order sales.
Just like Aubrey Simpson's Scarlet Strike Force, where he tried to blame the fans when it wasn't fans. You can actually look at the numbers. It was under 5,000. It wasn't even close to 8,000. Nobody was hardly buying.
I've been reading this series. It's a pretty good series.
It's a terrible series.
It's not that bad. It's just that it's okay. I mean, it's weird though. They merged G.I. Joe and not Micronauts Mask to do this series. It seems so bizarre of an idea to do. But
here's the thing,
I keep thinking though, why can't IDW bring back Chuck Dixon and do a G.I. Joe comic? I even told him in person that his G.I. Joe run was amazing. Like, why not bring back him? His run was amazing.
Aubrey Citizen is a far leftist who basically he actually replaced one of the G.I. Joe. I forgot who he was. I think it was Shipwreck. He replaced her with a fat Samoan woman, which, let's be real, in the army, you can't be overweight. You have to be fit and slim to be in the
or at least let's not way too political.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is what he even said that, people who weren't there on the day of 9/11 shouldn't be allowed to mourn it.
What?
Yeah,
he actually said that. It was a thing that got on Twitter and people got mad at him. And then he blamed the fans saying that they were alt-right Nazis and prejudice and things.
Fuck that guy.
This is one of the reasons why people didn't buy his book. And then they tell you don't buy the books if you don't like them.
I haven't reading Scarlet Strike Force. It's a decent book, but I think the only way to save it is to get him off the book and make some changes, or better yet, bring back the G.I. Joe comic and have a different writer on. I mean, you could have I don't know, how about the guy who wrote the Revolutionary series? That was amazing.
No, he's already off the book. They canceled the book before issue 1 even came out.
But as far as I know, I think it's been solicited to release just 8 issues. That's it.
Yeah, well, he's under contract, so he has to at least come out with those 8 issues. But yeah, he does WWE.
But in the case of Mask, I've read Mask, the Mask comic that was released after Revolution. It was an amazing comic book. I do not know why IDW canceled this comic for.
Like I said, everybody got infected with SJWs, and then they start throwing their left-wing politics in there, and then anybody who didn't agree with them... It didn't feel like, if you read the book, it didn't feel like there was some politics in the book. I mean, yeah, it's Mask versus Venom. That's what the series is supposed to be about. Behind doors. Everybody who was writing the comics themselves were SJWs throwing their own agendas, like Gabby Rivera and her prejudice towards white people, or Ta-Nehisi Coates with Black Panther and the Crew, and for some reason Storm is racist towards white people, even though her
when did that happen?
Black Panther and the Crew, just you can read between the lines, and you will understand.
I completely forgot the comment.
Black Panther and the Crew.
I can think of one writer who writes the Hasbro books, who actually is a good writer. The guy who writes the Optimus Prime book.
Wait,
what? The Optimus Prime book? When did that happen?
Yeah, it started last year. It's written by John Barber. That's the name of the guy. He was originally the editor of all the Transformers books, and he decided just to do this book. Well, it was previously known as he did Transformers: Robots in Disguise, and then it was changed name to Transformers. After 32 issues, they dropped the Robots in Disguise in order to be confused with the TV show. And then after issue 57, the book was ended and relaunched as Optimus Prime.
Okay. Also, I saw this on Twitter. Apparently, some people were getting mad that Stan Lee made a cameo in Black Panther.
Why? Who cares? I saw Black Panther. It was amazing.
No. They wanted it to be an all-black movie, and felt that he was unnecessary. Even though he helped create the damn character, he couldn't be in his own freaking movie.
Yeah, but Jack Kirby had to help too. So who cares?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I don't get
about him. Okay, I personally don't have a problem with him making cameos in movies based on characters he created. I mean, heck, when you see a Spider-Man movie, you expect to make him a cameo because it's publicly known for years that he co-created Spider-Man. In the case of Black Panther, it makes perfect sense because he created the Black Panther, but I think that's the only character who appears in that film he created. Let's say Shari, his sister. That was created by a guy named Ronald Hull, I think his name is. He's a movie director. He created her during his run for Black Panther.
But see, the thing is, the problem with Black Panther is people talking about, alt-right Nazis don't want this movie to come out because they're racist, or white people should not go see it on opening day because you're taking up seats for black people.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, did you hear about that? Did you hear about that theater where they actually played 50 Shades of Grey sequel instead of Black Panther by accident?
No, but I heard about that one movie theater. Yeah, I heard about that one movie theater. I don't know if it's really true or not, but I heard about that one. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't actually confirm it was real or not, but it said that for one night, it was only for black people only to go see Black Panther. Only black people.
What? What the fuck?
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense. That's bad business.
Stan Lee is not the only white guy in Black Panther.
No.
Edward Ross, the guy who plays him, is white.
No, it got worse. For some reason, people think Black Panther is going to be the first big Marvel black hit superhero movie, and people forget Blade exists.
Yeah. And Luke Cage.
But then again, no, Luke Cage is Netflix, not movie.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, Blade didn't use the Marvel cinematic intro because the cinematic universe didn't exist then.
Yeah, it didn't.
But Storm is still there.
Yeah.
But hey, they want to say, hey, Black Panther is apparently the first black movie, but then again, it's based on Wakanda in Africa, so everybody wanted to stick all black in there. Which,
as far as I can tell, for superheroes, when it comes to Marvel, aside from Black Panther, I can't think of any other character who's not white who actually can be. People can go to this film and actually be a box office success. I can't think of anybody who can have their own film like them. Yeah, there are other black characters at Marvel. People like Falcon.
Okay. Here's the really good nutshell why Black Panther is going to be so successful.
No. We already know it's at over $500 million already. It's already reaching it.
I mean, the fact. Yes, I'll say this right now. Nobody as much as everyone. Yeah, he isn't really he's more like the second successful black
superhero.
But really,
Black Marvel character movie.
Black Marvel character.
You can recount Blade because Blade wasn't actually.
Well, I'm talking. Let me say something about Blade because I'll say this right now. Blade has been dead for fucking so many years. Nobody knows about it, and that's why everyone's saying, "Oh, we should." That's why I'm saying it's the first. Black Panther is the first
Black Marvel movie.
And that's why you're having, successful. And that's why you're having that problem. Now, granted, for me, we all love Blade and we all like to see Blade. I'm just kind of wondering what are they going to do with Blade? Because I'm just twiddling my thumbs are they ever going to release that Blade news?
Or can't really? Because Wesley Snipes kind of fell off after he had that whole run with the IRS and he didn't pay his taxes.
Yet again, the actor, dude, if that was the case, then fucking recast the character.
I think it's been years by now. I think at this point.
In hell, wasn't there supposed to be a fucking Blade comic book series, which was supposed to be starring his daughter? And that never came. No. It was supposed to happen, but it never came out.
Yeah, they've been gone a little while.
What?
I mean, that had a comic based on his daughter. I didn't even know that. I didn't know about any of this.
They reveal They reveal like They reveal like the whole plot line, the whole plot summary of it, her design, everything. And I was
she
like,
doesn't exist.
Found it. I found it.
Blaine was gonna be heavily involved in it as well. He was kind of like helping her, and it looked fucking awesome. It sounded pretty awesome. I was looking interested in it. That's it. That's her. That's fucking her. And yet again, not a fucking word.
Who?
Yeah, this looks awesome. With this series, this looks pretty cool.
When who was writing it? I don't know who was writing it, but it's just.
Well, he never brings it up.
Tim Seeley.
I have heard the series was originally written by Tim Seeley. Tim Seeley was going to do the writing for the series, but they did not announce an artist. All I know, Tim Seeley was going to do it, and
Not an artist.
But I think
Logan
that not doing this series was a mistake on Marvel's part because this was a good premise.
It was.
Yeah, it sounded pretty awesome.
It's going to come out in October 2015.
The only person I can probably think of is maybe what's her name? The woman who's a grandmother who got de-aged and was his girlfriend in
Liberty, you mean Liberty Bell or Liberty Miss America or something like that?
Something
No, no, it's the person who got blood transfusion from Tim Hammond. She's actually the mother
like
of one of the Baron
like
Blob.
Yeah.
It's who actually dated Blade. I have to look up the person's name.
Where's the Blue Marvel movie? How about
I think her name is Sun.
Blue Marvel.
Make a Blue Marvel movie, and then you could actually, since he was around actually since racist times.
Yeah,
like the civil rights movement. They can actually use this character. It would have been pretty interesting.
I think that's not a bad idea because forget Sentry. Sentry did stupid.
Dude, there's 2 fucking Sentries, and yet Marvel doesn't want to use my one. My. Oh, you gotta be fucking.
Your vision.
Oh, fuck you, Marvel.
What happened?
Oh man, the latest issue on Spider-Man, limited release, Amazing Spider-Man issue 696, 796, and I'm like, sold out of stock, and I'm like, you fucking kidding me, right?
What? That sucks.
That sucks. And it looks like I'm gonna have to go to another different comics fucking company. Fucking.
Well, also I got a whole bunch of free trade paperbacks on Amazon Prime, like the Totally Awesome Hulk, Volume 1 of Black Panther under Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Totally Awesome Hulk was pretty cool.
And Totally Awesome Hulk. I don't know where this whole bro persona came from.
Oh, speaking of Totally Awesome Hulk, or Cover Hulk, Bruce Banner coming back, ladies and gentlemen. If I didn't know still in there.
We knew that was coming.
Bringing him back. Yeah, they shot him in the head. He got shot in the head.
Yeah, my only theory was like, well, then maybe they'll make some bullshit pull where, the
Gamma probably bring him back.
No.
I found the person's name who her name is Fire.
Let me say this. Fuck. What is Marvel trying to do? Limited time custom. What? I mean, I'm not fucking sending you the link. This is on Marvel. This is on Midtown Comics, and it's like limited one.
Limited release.
Yeah,
just go to Amazon. Amazon always got people in stock, or Comixology. But also, I was going to ask you, Edgar, what do you think about the fact that Dan Slott either hid his Twitter or deleted it? Because he's off of Twitter right now.
Oh God, what happened now, Dan?
Apparently, he deleted Twitter after he found.
We don't know. All we know is ever since CB took place instead of Axel Alonso, a lot of the writers have been, toning their political views down. Because I think he's either telling them they got to stop it or they're going to get fired. Because the whole thing
I'm gonna say this right now. And I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for fucking saying it. I trust him more than any other writer for Iron Man. And
Bennett is doing Jack.
He can write.
Yeah, he could do like I want him to be done with Spider-Man because it's like, dude, your time's up. You've done it so much.
No, here's the problem.
Agreed.
Iron Man will not sell as well as Spider-Man because Spider-Man has a dedicated audience that will always buy.
Yeah.
Iron Man is different.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know.
No, Spider-Man is more recognizable and its audience is bigger.
Well,
Iron Man.
Well, the reason why I don't like, yeah, that is true, but it's like the reason why I say like I don't know about that is everyone we had an entire year with no Tony Stark.
Yeah,
and
we
really were very split down the number of.
No, people are ready for Bendis to go. That's what we want because you could tell in Iron Man he's just fluffing this out until he's literally done with his contract stuff.
We know it's that too, but it's like people didn't like the direction of Iron Man. That's why it dropped dramatically. I guarantee you, it will go back up because Tony is in that book.
Yep, 599.
Diversity is not the problem. It's just that the way how he got rid of Tony Stark and the fact that Riri is sort of a sociopath.
Well, she's a fucking kid, and I fucking literally shit like that happens. I mean, that's all my perspective on that. But it's like my problem with Riri is like it's just how what she's doing. It's the fact that people don't welcome her. That's just how I see it. Because there is many videos I could pull or many fucking countless times I've seen where people just flat out hate her just because Iron Man's not the lead role. It happened with Miles, and don't tell me it didn't because it happened with Miles.
You mean comics?
Actually, we didn't know much about back then. The Ultimate Universe was just that a different take, and we didn't really know much about Miles, and he earned his spot.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. That's the thing. But you still have those people that hate.
It's like what issue 12 to get the suit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's like,
let me just say this. It took many people. Yeah, it took. He had his development, had everything, but there's a big majority of the audience don't like Miles.
Yeah, there are people out there.
They say that's a bad move, and they just shut down people's interest, and it's just like that's just wrong. That's bullshit. But it's just like I hear the same people with Iron Man with Ironheart. Now, granted, I'm still one of those people that I'm like, if only Rhodey was still alive, what would people would react? Would there be, oh my God, there's a black Iron Man coming, or would people accept Rhodey?
Well, the problem with Miles is that he was part of a dying universe.
Yeah, unfortunately, you were right.
Ultimate alive, and you could tell they were running out of ideas, and they were. Secret Wars pretty much got rid of the multiverse, so there was no choice but to throw him into. They
brought back Opening in Spider-Man 2. So what would
honestly, they brought back the Ultimates and some of the Bendis characters that Bendis did.
Spider-Man, she don't have him
kidding. But we're not going to hear from them. It's just that with my problem with the the Iron Man books is really nothing's going on. It's just very filler time. I want to see Dan Slott's work on Iron Man really bad because the way we're going with this current storyline just really disappoints me. It's not as awful as other books, but it's just like it's not as great as other books are. Hell, I say Dan Slott's doing a better job than Bendis.
Anybody could do a better job than Bendis right now because Bendis stopped caring. And that's what makes me worried because Peter J. Tomasi and Dan Jurgens are both leading Superman. And part of me thinks what they did is Bendis bullying people out for Superman so he can write his own story.
He wanted to do Superman, dude.
Yeah, but from what I've heard, what he's going to do when it comes to Superman, he is not getting rid of John Kent. He's keeping him there, and he's not going to ignore everything that Dan Jurgens and Peter Tomasi have been building for the past couple of years.
No,
he's not going to ignore that. He's going to set something up new and just continue from there. He's going to have everything still be there, but it's going to cause him some changes to his life.
Not
getting rid of his family.
problem is that they're worrying that it's going to end up like Marvel, where DC's going to let him get a little too comfortable, where he can just start doing whatever he felt like doing, like at Marvel. That's our biggest fear.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm like, I kind of stopped reading Superman comics like a while ago. But
Dude, get off Peter J. Tomasi.
That whole thing really killed it for me. But it's like, we'll have to wait and see. I'm literally kind of like, I'm just putting my popcorn ready, just to see the destruction. But my problem is with Bendis is he really going to put his heart and soul on Superman?
That's why I wonder, because he's doing two action and Superman.
No, he's going to, because he's starting there, and people are going, and we're going to treat him like he treated Marvel. We're going to watch him like vultures to see if he's going to screw up. If he screws up, people are going to let him know. But if he doesn't, we're just going to keep watching him. You just can't let this man feel like he can't just do whatever he feels like.
Yeah, exterminated X-Men.
Well, X-Men kind of like, dude. X-Men kind of literally went downhill when Jean died. Yet again, they brought her ass back so many times. Who fucking cares?
And Pat Jean Grey, she came out. That confused the hell out of me because
they couldn't kill off fucking the past Jean Grey without bringing back the future. Like, dude,
because that's a time paradox. That's a paradox where she shouldn't exist in general.
Like, exactly. Oh my god, my brain's hurting.
Exactly, Tabby. I'm like when you like try to do all that bullshit, like, dude, they were gonna put everything back, and just now their X-Men's coming back. Now, I'm honestly gonna say, are they gonna bring back Cyclops? Because
they're gonna make. Oh no, that's in the woodworks. We just don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna bring them back.
Even though X-Men Red, they bring them back.
I was gonna say, look at this tweet. This is the tweet I was talking about earlier. This is the one that pissed people off.
What the fuck?
Where's this? Where's part of shut up, Terry. I'm not reading here. Okay. Fucking come on. You show me that one. Just read it. Someone read it. I'm fucking dying.
Yeah, the worst part of Black Panther is when Stanley shows up and you realize this cool world is gonna get other boring shit. And people are like, you're telling Stanley he can't show up in to a movie he created the character for? He killed
fuck that guy.
Dude, I will fucking say fuck you. The man's almost hitting 100, and when he does, he's already given the let's just say the respect and our love to him, because he made legendary characters. Respect the man, because he
broke the comics code of authority. If it wasn't for him, we still have Century Comics.
Yeah, exactly.
That code destroyed me comics.
Yeah, he did a lot of risk things, which I commend him for, because he did some things that broke the boundaries. Hell, Spider-Man was the open of the door for fucking Teen Titans.
Even he did drug acting in Spider-Man now. It makes sense because help on doing drug problem. Heck,
exactly.
Look at Green Arrow. Look at the whole Roy Harper cover. Like, my boy, the junkie.
Yeah, also, if it wasn't for Lee, we wouldn't have publishers like Vertigo or any other things like that.
Or Image. Actually, no, describe that. Image cannot.
No, Rob Liefeld and other creators were responsible for that, but the reason
it was 8 people who basically founded Image. As far as I could tell, currently everybody who founded Image still works up, except for Jim Lee and I think like one other person.
Liefeld is off and on. It's like he does Wildcats every so once in a while.
But as far as I can tell, Liefeld is back with them, but he's not one of the partners. He gave that up like a decade ago.
Well, he still has stock into the company because you helped build it. Of course, you're going to have something to do with it.
I think he's getting royalties from Deadpool.
Of course he is.
He's been blowing that thing up.
Dude, he's doing it. Like, I'll just say this right now, Deadpool 2.
I can't wait.
Dude, I can't wait to see it. Oh my god! It's like something like the Cable and Deadpool miniseries they used to do back in the day.
But the video game, that was funny when you show Cable.
I just want I'll say this right now. I will buy another Deadpool and Cable comic because and that's another thing. I mean, like, why hasn't Marvel just like if they want to do a comic series just because of the movie, why hasn't Marvel released a comic series of Cable and Deadpool?
They actually did. They did Cable and Deadpool 2, which nobody really talked about.
Nobody did?
You mean Cable and Deadpool split second?
Yeah, that came out and no one talked. I don't remember anyone talking about it.
Because, was it
I've done
digital
a
or
review
was
of it. It was a pretty good comic book. Yeah, with that comic, he found out Cable, because he's been away for a while, he found that Deadpool was married. He found out that Deadpool got married and had a kid. Yeah, he was so surprised Deadpool even got married at all. And I would have thought, you know, since Cable was his BFF, he would have invited him to the wedding, but nope.
Except
If you read the wedding issue,
that wedding
Cable
fell
don't show the wedding.
apart. No, scratch that. The marriage fell apart.
Because Deadpool and Spider-Man run the gauntlet where they eventually have to get Dracula back to get his wife or something.
Yeah, I have no idea what the heck Gary Duggan was doing with that crossover. It's kind of like, okay. Yeah, it's kind of like the whole point of the crossover. It's like Marvel telling Gary Duggan, get rid of Deadpool's wife, have her leave, don't kill her off, just leave and have Deadpool do like what Deadpool did back in the 90s.
And Rouge Bitterly is his daughter, and Rouge Bitterly is entire friendship because Captain Hydra crap.
Since Secret Empire. Let's see. He's trying to kill Cable. He fought the evil Steve Rogers.
Strife.
Yeah, and he also had an issue where Rogue guest star. It's like the book became sort of a book where it's randomly guest star in his book now.
Spider-Man Deadpool, that book is boy.
I do applaud Gary Duggan for at least finishing that whole Unity story with the Red Skull, because it looked like nobody else was going to do it.
It was that story got finished. Thank
Rick
God.
Remender just left because I think Marvel pissed him off. Because Marvel pissed a lot of people off, and that's why they all left. So somebody had to finish that storyline.
I hope Steve Sebesky invites back everybody who left, not just Hickman.
No. They also got, like I said, Christopher Priest showed up.
Please bring back Conway. I want Conway to do like Image Spider-Man because we need a guy.
Priest has done a miniseries recently for Marvel. He did that in He-Was miniseries. He once featured King with Phil Noto. It's a really good miniseries.
Also,
I was kind of surprised he didn't actually wrote
that Thanos story he wanted to do before he left because Marvel pissed him off.
Yeah, that made me mad. I was mad about that.
He already had a Thanos story.
I mean, Marvel stuff.
I'll just say this. Marvel. They need to really get their shit together because honestly, look. Well, yet again, I'm gonna say this right now. I say this once, I'll say it again. I still the guy, the new editor in chief. I don't trust him still because one, he hasn't really replied back to me on
He hasn't done it because you've seen what's going on Twitter. Yeah, it's kind of like a minefield right now. Best to keep quiet.
Then my best advice is don't it's just this. I'll just say this. My best advice is just if you're trying to get Marvels, or if you want to get back into, if you want to have people get back into you, just make something that people would literally oh yeah, okay, let's go, or just bring something that really people would want to see. And I honestly, what I want to see is, for at least for Spider-Man wise, I'd just like to see Peter dating a couple of women that he's good times friends with, and go forward with that. And
that's what he's doing. That's why I said he's been keeping quiet. But if you see what's going on backstage, that's why Dan Slott is getting off of Spider-Man. That's why they're shaking up Iron Man. That's why they're bringing back Priest and Hickman. They're canceling certain books. They're trying to get other books to go again. He's simply trying to fix all this SJW stuff. That's why he's replying.
Yeah, if you want to bring back one book that should never have been canceled, Nova. Bring back the Nova book.
Okay.
Also, get rid of Mark Waid. Get rid of Mark Waid off of these books because this man clearly is still on his SJW crap.
I don't want
Nazis took over the world. Yeah, the latest issue of Captain America. Apparently, he went 7 years into the future, and apparently some alt-right Nazis took over America.
Yeah. But if you look at something like Avengers right now, No Surrender, it's really good so far. I mean, him Jim Zeb and Al Ewing are doing a great job with that storyline, and Champions
They're
is still a
like-
great book.
Yeah, Champions, Avengers. Well, I just read a couple of Avengers issues. They're pretty damn good. I am surprised that Marvel and the writer is definitely doing something really, let's just say, very interesting, very ballsy. Now, granted, it not be for maybe some people to take. That is fine. But I'll just say this right now, Jeremy. Now, I know you may agree with me or not. Now, I know we have our disagreements, but do you think, honestly, a lot of comic book channels have gone a little bit overboard on the SGW crap? Because there's many videos that people bitch about the new Incredibles film. There's many people that bitch about just almost any.
People are complaining about Incredibles?
Yeah, it's Incredibles too, where they're saying they're saying Elastigirl is becoming, let's just say, too much of a
No. It's basically a parallel to the first movie because the first movie was all about Bob trying to become a hero again. Now it's Elastigirl being the hero, and he's to stay up. Like it's basically the same. It's just the reverse of the plot. What actually makes something make sense. Also, when it comes to Marvel, it's just a lot. It's a minefield right now when it comes to SJWs and what's going on Twitter because they're literally Comics Gate is actually a thing. This is why people do the hashtag move the needle whenever you get new comics or get trades. It shows people that we're the ones who actually go out and buy the titles, and the people the audience they claim they're catering to, they actually don't buy it on. Like, who buys
they don't.
This America? Who will buy that?
No one. Like America was just awful.
I don't know, but one book I don't know why that people are not buying this one, especially since it's a really good book, Hawkeye with Kate Bishop.
I think people
once again, it's didn't Becky Cullen do that one?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's Kelly.
Okay. Then wasn't Becky Cullen the one who did Punisher? Because people said that had to probably be the weak. I read that was probably the weakest Punisher run I've ever read in my life.
She first started off with the late Steve Dillon doing this face storyline, which took a while, and then right after they wrapped the storyline, they had one issue that kind of felt like an episode of Law and Order, him looking for some missing gun from his collection, which I'm like, that's bizarre. And then she left, but at least that she was able to say she was to people and thank everybody for buying the book, and now we have Ed Bronson on the book, and the book is like, wow. I mean, yes,
I heard about the war.
Everybody talking about.
People talk about what is Tony Stark going to do once he gets back. What he's going to do when he sees Punisher in one of his armors going around killing people, and everybody's just making up ideas like what's going to happen. I already know Tony's going to shut that.
But
immediately.
Once Frank gets home and he tries to go to the crime families, New York is going to become a literal war zone once he comes home and goes after the crime families. Because he's got not only machine guns, he's got rockets, he's got more
guns,
weapons,
lasers, EMP pulse grenades. Like I said, it's almost like his armor's named the War Machine. He's about to commit a one-man war on crime, literally.
Except the thing that Nick Fury, the one who gave it. Oh, Nick Fury Jr. gave it to him.
Actually, I hope they bring Nick Fury back because he's been on that moon and he hasn't done nothing since Unworthy Thor.
Well, here's the thing about that, and this is something really weird. Why is it only Jason Aaron, Dan Slott, and Mark Waid actually bothered to remember that, Nick Fury Sr. is on the moon, and yet no other writer at Marvel knows anything else about it?
I think Al Ewing tried, but then he tried to fix the cosmic lineup, and then Civil War II happened, and I think he just gave up after that.
Yeah, because he showed up in issue of Unworthy Thor, which was done by Jason Aaron. For Mark Waid, he showed up in, I think it was the second to last issue of Black Widow, and of course he showed up in issue of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, and the thing was that once Bendis brought Eternity back, even though Eternity technically was chained up, and there was this big mystery.
Civil War II made no sense.
Al Ewing just gave. You could tell he gave up on the Ultimates because he had this whole cosmic story on, and then Bendis said no, just no. So that screwed up his story, and I don't think he could figure out a way to fix it. So he just ended.
As far as I can tell, when the series ended, I don't think he even finished his story at all. It just abruptly ended.
Didn't it end with Ultimate, the Alive Chicken?
I would have done it. I would have done the same thing because it's Bendis, and Bendis basically got catered his entire career at Marvel to the point where people literally got screwed over with their storylines. I would have quit the title too. What's the point if someone's just gonna
I
do
think
whatever
with
they
him
want?
on DC, maybe he could bring the title back and try to finish up a story that he wanted to tell with Ultimates. Because I kind of feel this though, because I remember hearing that after the first couple issues, he was going to fix something that Bendis started. Because what happened Age of Ultron with the whole timeline being
the whole
shattered.
thing happened with Secret Wars.
Yeah.
He was actually going to make a big cosmic plotline for that. Like, oh wait, we're going to learn about this one being where all the multiverse actually came from, and how like the Living Tribunal, he's only as powerful as old as the multiverse is. He was doing this whole big cosmic lineup. Like he's there's going to be the Celestials versus, I guess, the whatever he called the loyal Titans that work for this entity. There was going to be a cosmic war, and then Bendis just said no, and then it just screwed up all that because Eternity was going to be a huge player in it. It's like you can't talk about it now because Bendis is free, and it's just too confusing.
Yeah,
I would think though with Bendis gone, maybe Al Ewing can revive Ultimates and do what he wanted to do with the book.
Oh, but you think they're not? Now that Bendis is gone, you think they're not about to retcon a lot of things? That's why we like, he's the Ultimate Universe exists again. Miles and Riri is about to go that way. Everything Bendis ever created is about to disappear.
They'll probably get rid of the whole stupid Pat X-Men variety and probably send him like back to the past.
I would say one particular thing, and you might agree with this. I think the one character created, I think Marvel should not undo all the development of this character, is Jessica Jones.
Quake?
Who?
Jessica Jones.
Wait, who?
Miles?
The wife of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Keep Quake and keep Jessica Jones. They're both very central.
I need to say that
there's nothing like SJ about her because she is something that apparently other creators, like other bigwigs at Marvel and DC, are afraid of. She is married and she has a daughter.
Same Superman. Superman at the sun right now. That's been awesome.
Batman is getting married. They're actually still going on about that, and I'm glad.
Speaking of
the wedding is going to happen issue 50, which that's interesting. So we don't have to wait too long for issue 40 just came out. So I think we're going to wait about 5 months for that.
Watch is back when it comes to Superman because right now everybody's been enjoying Superman, and if he screws up, 4chan and the internet will turn on this man in a heartbeat. And I know DC's not afraid to cancel DC's not afraid to cancel a series. Like they will tell you no.
I think that since Bendis left, I think one thing people probably will undo is the retcon of Ice Man being out of this gay. That probably one of the first things people wanted to do.
That's the first thing that better do it. And then undo, since Joker Slot is not in a position of power, just undo the entire one more day. They don't want to bring Peter and MJ back.
Bring back the marriage. Bring back the daughter.
No, wait. This is what I say.
This
is what I say. Get rid of One More Day and get rid of what's that freaking terrible storyline with Gwen Stacy?
That's Sin Pass.
Yeah, Sin Pass. Retcon that, and you know what? Slowly rebuild on MJ and Peter dating to get up to him and get proposing to her.
At the marriage.
Let people actually build up to the marriage. You ain't gotta just immediately undo it. You could just build up to it, like what Bruce is doing with Catwoman. I think that would be the better option. People will get
there was one decision Marvel made when it came to Spider-Man before they undid the marriage, and Timmy might agree with me on this one. Was getting rid of Peter MJ's baby.
That made me mad. I was not happy about that.
Joker sort of pulled a Dan DiDio where he felt like he was getting old. He was not relating to readers, and he felt like the public should act like it should stay where he thought it was, which is everybody should stay.
Which I think that I even heard. I heard this. I think this is true. Apparently, JMS did not want to undo the marriage at all. He was heavily against it.
That's true. JMS didn't want to do it.
Not only was he against it, he actually demanded his name to get taken off for the credits.
I don't blame him. I'm on his side.
But then again, he wrote the story, so it's still his fault.
What we're talking about, Spider-Man?
Oh no, Bendis is gone. I'll say you don't have to bring. If you do get rid of One More Day, you don't have to immediately bring the marriage back. Do what Bruce did with Catwoman.
Kill Aunt That's the one thing I want.
No. Fuck that shit. I'd rather
No,
not.
actually, I do want to should die. She's outlived her use.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Okay, then fine. Allow me to open your mind. Literally, just tell you the whole.
No. I'm letting you go.
Like, I would rather have a build-up where once they got back together, you develop that relationship, and then when Peter asks the big fucking question, "Will you marry me?" and you do the whole passing of Aunt May, and you go forward with that. But yeah, anywho.
Now I see where you're going.
Just don't immediately give the marriage right back because it won't feel like it was earned. It just feel like you just did it because the fans demanded it. Let it at least be earned.
Good point. Shit.
Well, that's why people love Batman and Catwoman. Earn it.
Isn't that a plot line that needs to be finished? The baby. Where's baby May? Like for God's sake.
She doesn't exist. She's in the same realm that Ileana Rasputin's son is.
Fuck. If we forgot. Wait.
Yeah, I don't think people even remember Ileana Rasputin had a son.
So did
Technically, Valerie Richards is also weird. Actually, I'm still waiting on the whole Fantastic Four because we saw them at the end of Legacy. Chip Zdarsky is doing a killer run on both Marvel 2 and 1 and on Spider-Man. And I believe he's the main. They should just officially just put him on Spider-Man.
Wait,
definitely.
Or Marvel?
The main title to Spider-Man. He's doing a fantastic job. In fact, he could probably write Fantastic Four while he's at it. Or at least
everything like Chip Zdarsky, I don't want him in the main book. No, actually, if they bring Jonathan Hickman back, I hope
he throws in comedy. Is that your problem with Chip Zdarsky's
writing? Here's one more thing, just on the whole marriage and all that stuff. And Aunt May, should she die? Should she not? I personally feel like, in my case, no. I don't think she should die. It's just I think you should just write her off, like I think Stan Lee did when Peter moved out of her house.
That's not bad, actually.
Aunt May is one of the characters where they literally kept trying to kill her off and bring her back.
It's more a great setup for her.
At this point, either let her live or let her die. It's one of the two.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I remember this was very recent. I think it was just before Clone Conspiracy started, where one issue ended, believe it or not, with
bleeding.
It was, bleeding for some reason, and then that gets ignored. It's acting. Which I'm like, what caused that change? And then they have Jay die like 2 issues later.
Jason's father really got sick and weird. No, it was his father. Who cares? His father. He's so used to the boy. I can give a damn about death.
Well, personally,
I didn't have a problem with them because here's the thing about the character: he wasn't overused. Here, whenever he needed to appear, and he was enough to May. He wasn't boring. Let's say he did show up a lot more than his grandson ever did.
Yep.
John Jameson the third show. When was the last time he did? What?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about.
Isn't he still wolf by night? Isn't he? Doesn't he still have that werewolf curse?
Yeah,
there was one book I do remember him pop up recently. It was in the Carnage series.
What? Carnage?
Yeah, he was in that too.
Whatever happened to that guy? Did he just die and I just not aware of it?
No, Green got captured and went to jail, and then the Carnage symbiote, that was no one.
Everybody said
and somehow, and this is so far not fully explained yet. Somehow, no one else got the symbiote away from Cassidy, which which I'm like, that is so odd. Like, how in the world did that even happen?
First of all,
that Carnage keeping him alive at this bonded to his blood.
Yeah, isn't that the only thing keeping him alive at this point? Because he was ripped in half, and that never really repaired.
Yeah, that confused the hell out of me. Good, well, man, talking here.
It was later. Get this. It was later retcon that Cassidy was not in the suit at that point. Yeah, and that's why I came back in the series.
Also, what's going on with Venom? The whole thing that Eddie. I think people talk about the Venom symbiote doesn't want to work with Eddie Brock.
I
or
have no
something like
idea
that.
anymore. I give up Venom
Yeah,
on
I have no
at the
idea.
Venom Inc.
Like after people, I think people
Yeah,
didn't like the fact that they gave the symbiotes a backstory.
Oh yeah, you mean no Quintar crap?
Yeah, like they
Oh,
actually get like. Well, technically, it does deserve a backstory because it's the first original Secret Wars. It just kind of it was from a planet that the Beyonder destroyed to make up Battle World. So technically, it had a
but
backstory. We just didn't know about it.
yeah, but then Ben did retcon it, and then
and the species themselves
the Quintars.
weren't given a name until Bendis gave a name in his Guardians of the Galaxy book.
Because I was gonna say, actually, I like the fact that you know what, their symbiotes are not like these little parasitic things that basically attach to people, and whatever your personality is, that's what it is. No, they're actually living, breathing things, and like newborn infants, it only mimics what the parent is or whoever.
Yeah, and speaking of Venom,
at that point,
is it just me, or is it everybody at Marvel forgot that Flash Thompson was in a relationship with Valkyrie?
Wait, what?
Marvel forgot a lot of things. Like, what about in that?
Yeah, this happened during Rick Remender's run for Secret Avengers, and as far as I know, once the book ended, nobody mentions this relationship ever again. I thought this was a really interesting relationship because you have Flash Thompson who actually hit on Valkyrie a lot. She was annoyed at first and like, okay, and then after it was the second to last arc of Rick Remender's run, she decided to take him to bed with her and have sex.
You know what else I learned? That Nick Spencer is a good superhero writer when he's not actually writing stories that actually involves his superheroes being superheroes.
The fact numbers like Spider-Man or that happened to retcon too. Oh, I can't at this point. This point I gave up.
I'm trying to remember. Did Nick Spencer do Astonishing Ant-Man? Because I gotta re-look that up. Because
he did. That was good.
Yeah, see,
that story was good.
At writing superhero stories when superheroes aren't being superheroes.
But he's not getting right better than Captain Hydra crap or Secret Empire garbage.
No, see, the problem was that everybody wanted to vent their frustrations that Donald Trump won.
They can do on Twitter or do a bit on Facebook. You don't need to do it on your books.
Actually, I'm one of the few people who actually agree. Well, one of the few millions of people that actually agree that Trump would have made a better president than Hillary. Just saying.
Yeah, about
again, like I said, it's like picking the lesser of two evils.
That's true. I agree because
we're literally picking the lesser of two evils. This woman has lied multiple times throughout her entire campaign. She was all for war when Obama was in office. Then she was all against it the moment Trump ran. She's a known liar. I mean, Trump lied.
That's not really counterproductive, not counterproductive, counter. I can figure out the terminology.
Like, people like to talk about how Trump lies. No shit, Trump lies.
No, I know Trump lies. I get that. I get that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody like, oh, Trump is a liar, and no shit. Like, if you look at his Twitter, almost everything he said, everything he tweets is just a whole bunch of fluff. You can catch this before he was president. You could tell when this man was lying.
Yeah. The guy is a scumbag.
The man basically told you up front that he will do whatever he was going to be president, but he was going to do it his way, and you knew what his way was. People talk about, oh, he's a liar. Dude, no shit. If you ever watched The Apprentice, yeah, you would have seen what the type of person he was.
Yep.
What you see is what you get with Trump. That's what I see. With Hillary, it's whatever it takes to be the president. She will lie, undercut, blackmail our own government, which apparently nobody wants to bring up, that she blackmailed and deleted 1,000 or 50,000 emails from the government, but nobody wants to bring that up because it'll make her look bad. So that's why I'm saying, like, you can't pick and choose. Either you want one or you want the other, but you can't just dismiss one person's evil for another's. And it's mostly because people say that Donald Trump is literally what the old time America used to be like. Rich white people in charge, and Hillary is white woman in charge. The difference is she's a woman. This is what the progressives want, but the progressives don't realize that SJWs are basically Nazis at this point.
Agreed.
They're so you a Nazi. that they literally get mad the moment you try to tell them that, hey, what you're doing is acting like Nazis. They get mad at you.
Which really can't get anymore because what the fuck? When did those soldiers warrior crap become Billy Nazism?
2014 is where Marvel got infected.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, Marvel got affected in 2014, and it became in 2016 to 2017. It became real apparent what their agenda was. Thank God for Rebirth.
Agreed.
The only SJW title we got from Rebirth is Batgirl, which I read a page. Apparently, one of her friends got mad because a doctor accidentally misgendered her and said the wrong pronouns, and she got sad because the doctor didn't apologize. And I said, this cannot be an actual line in the actual comic. And I looked up on Comixology to read it. My God, it's actually real.
Wait, it's real? Fuck.
Yeah, there's a real line where she got sad because she was misgendered by a doctor. You could have just, ignored it like a sane person. But on to that, let's talk about DC. And the fact that I also got the Judas contract coming Tuesday. So I'm pretty excited to see what's going on that. And plus, I also got the One Piece box set too. So it goes from Skypiea to War 7.
Okay. I know that I think it was last week, not this past week, but the previous week, Viz Media released Volume 85 of One Piece.
Yeah, because Volume 88 is coming out in Japan, and we're always behind. But I don't care. I'm getting the box
3
sets.
volumes behind, but that's fine. It's not like where it takes like 2 to 3 years to release another volume, which is ridiculous.
It depends on what you're trying to go for. Are we going for things like Berserk and Hunter x Hunter? Because right now, March 6th is when Volume 35 of Hunter x Hunter comes out, and we're still 2 volumes behind Japan. We're going to be 2 volumes behind, but then again,
I read the recent chapter for Hunter x Hunter, and not much happened in this chapter. It felt like for the past couple of chapters, like not much happening. I mean, the biggest thing that's happened since it's come back is Return of the Phantom Troop. That's it.
No. Have you read the latest chapter? Something actually did happen. One of the princes finally made a move. Like, they just flat out tried to take out the other prince.
Yeah, that happened in not this past week's chapter, but the previous one. Yeah, this one was just a 4-page phone conversation. Then we see Melody somehow. Well,
wait. It's out. Wait. It's out.
Yeah,
because
the new chapter just came out.
No spoilers, because I haven't read that chapter.
Chapter 374 right now.
Oh, no. Okay, I haven't read that. Please, no spoilers. I have not read that chapter yet.
It's not much happens in this chapter. As a matter of fact,
I know that it's dialogue. It's like real politics. You're trying to. It's 14 princes, and all of them have to kill. It's literally a fight to the death. You really think people are going to just fight each other out in the open?
For Tokyo chapter 160, it felt like something happened in this chapter because you had. Did you read this chapter for Tokyo Re?
No. We had things that happened. We had one of the princes finally got assassinated. One of them, there's somebody else making an assassin move. Series, Jeremy. Oh, you mean Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Did you read chapter 160?
Hang on 1 second. I gotta go check online to see if it came out because it always comes out.
It did come out.
Chapters always come out on Mondays.
I did review it just a couple days ago.
Wait, was it about Toka looking for Kaneki?
Yes, it was that one.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was hardly. I don't think there was any dialogue at all.
Yeah, it was a quick read because you have the chapter start with a gunfight, and then you have the whole chapter just Toka looking for Kenshin, while being defended by fewer friends trying to defend her, and she does and at the end she does find him.
Actually, something does happen, because in both of those chapters, Kaneki finally accepted that, you know what? He's always been running his entire life. He's always been making new personalities and trying to make excuses for the fact that he doesn't want to kill people or try to blame someone else. But he finally accepted, you know what? Some people probably will have to die just for my goals to become a reality. He's accepted what he's become now. And I like that. Yeah. You got to accept that, if you want to bring peace between humans and goals, There are going to be people who don't want to have that, and you're probably going to end up getting in your way or try to kill you. You got to get rid of them first.
Yep. But out of all the books I've read recently, it felt like Attack on Titan had the most interesting chapter to come out this month.
Well, it comes out once a month.
Because it was exciting.
And besides, from chapter 95 all the way to 100, it was slowly building to that moment in 100. And everything from 101 all the way to whatever chapter for this Marley arc, that's just basically the aftermath of what's been boiling over for 4 years straight.
Yeah, but here's the thing about this current arc, Jeremy. This arc started with chapter 91.
I thought it was not 95 or something. I mean,
it was 91. That's when the arc started because after chapter 90, the main cast disappeared for like 7 chapters. Disappeared for 6 straight chapters, and then Aaron popped up again after 4 years. He popped up again.
Yeah, because chapter 90, it was basically Aaron saying, if we ever want to know true peace, we have to get rid of our enemies over the sea first. And then they did the time skip. We went to go see how Marley politics work. It was basically just a freaking concentration camp.
What?
Yeah, for like 6 chapters, and then finally have Aaron. And it takes
like
Aaron
a lot of things. It's like a lot of things.
It takes him up until chapter 100 to do something because he spends like 2 chapters sitting in the room, and then he does something, and he actually kills people. He kills civilians. He kills women and children. He even ate somebody.
No, he ate Willie because he thought Willie was a shifter.
Well, he ate a corpse.
Well,
yeah, apparently he was going to eat the host for the Warhammer Titan.
Yeah, and if he did, he would have got the Warhammer's power. That's how it works.
Yeah, and then like the recent chapter ended with the Beast Titan showing up. First time in like a bunch of chapters anybody's seen this guy show up.
Technically, like I said, we needed the Mario arc is like the politics arc. With the what was going on in the walls.
Yeah, for a little while now. That I've heard one particular person that this might be the final arc of the series.
We don't know that yet because we still don't know how this will go down because we don't know what the end game was because they said that what's his name? Ijima? I think that's his name. He had an ending already set out. He had a planned ending, but he didn't realize how popular Attack on Titan was going. So he talked to his editors and he did a different ending. Like everything we're seeing now is the different ending.
Yeah, but if you look at the series so far, chapter 90 pretty much wrapped up everything that went on the series since chapter 1.
And chapter 91 from then on is basically everything that was. This was all boiling up to this one moment. Like we realized we needed to know who our enemies was. Okay, we got the backstory about Eldians. We got the backstory about not the complete backstory of how Titans came to be, because technically nobody seems to know what the actual truth is. And I've seen some theories.
Yeah, there's been many rumors per se. The movie, the live action movie origin story was bizarre.
Yeah, I don't take any of that. Take all that with a grain of salt because that's just whatever they wanted to add in.
That origin story is canon for that film, but it's not canon for the franchise because I thought it was stupid. The origin story they gave for the Titans. It was the most dumbest origin story I ever. Oh, we wanted to create enemies for everybody to team up, so we created Titans, and then everything just turned so freaking bad.
Oh, so they fall Ozymandias. So they fall Ozymandias, where we need to make this one enemy so all of humanity can come together. Yeah, and we see how far that fell.
Yeah. And when it came to the film, the one character I kind of felt this Otivia probably seen the film as well. The only character that got right was Hans.
Yep.
I seen it because I knew it was going to be terrible, like the Death Note live. Everybody was getting hyped for Death Note live action, then they saw it, and then everyone got disappointed. And I say,
when it comes to that film, I thought the Attack on Titan was okay. Rashard Kenshin was awesome.
You can't do supernatural stuff.
Tokyo Ghoul was amazing.
A certain extent where you can go for supernatural things to a point, like you can do supernatural, like the actual show Supernatural, but it gets to the point where it starts being unbelievable even to the audience.
But in the case of here's the difference between Attack on Titan and Dragon Ball Evolution. At least Attack on Titan make it look like it definitely was Attack on Titan type story. In the case,
Titan had a budget. Dragon Ball Evolution was
like
Evolution had no budget.
It was on the same quality of the live action M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar, which it took 5 people to
it was
a rock.
Plain bad, and it was 80 minutes.
Look. I'll say this: a Dragon Ball live action attempt can be done. If we could do so many superhero movies and do these crazy fucking things, then yes, the Dragon Ball.
Well, don't we rebound? You're coming in. Oh wait, that's been delayed.
It's just like that whole like people say Dragon Ball movie cannot be done. That you're lying to your fucking teeth because look at all these comic book movies. Would you
Like I said, you need people who care.
Yeah, exactly, and also wanting to be loyal and wanting to be, let's just say, stay to the source material.
Oh no, that thing was so. Chi-Chi and all them went to high school. That's the Roshi.
That was a whole idea. It's all bad.
No,
Right, you're breaking up, Nick.
they've done this twice before, and I've heard one of them films, which was a little more accurate to source material. The other two films are pretty bad. I think one was made by Korea. I think it was South Korea. I think that one Japan made. Both of them were
South
bad.
Korea, because North Korea has.
But
North Korea is.
But
is
what I can tell about the quality of the films, they weren't bad. Like Dragon Revolution was worse than those two films.
Like, see, the problem was they made Goku, Chi-Chi, Bulma, all of them. They made them out to be like these high schoolers. Master Roshi was this Hawaiian dude. Piccolo was some guy. Goku went Super Saiyan, but he's not really because his hair just went up. That's it, and he was white. He was also
and somehow like Orozu, the monkey form. Oh yeah, apparently in the film it's 7 feet tall, even though in the manga and the anime 3 feet tall. It's the size of a skyscraper for crying out loud.
Yeah, it's like on the sides of a skyscraper and it can destroy mountains. This movie was terrible. It was not loyal to anything, and when people saw it, they were mad. I knew there were people asking for refunds, and people got mad. The reason why it was... Yeah, it's even an endurance challenge. Like if people said, if you're
in
really
the world of Dragon Ball,
it was Dragon Ball only in name only. Name only.
I heard the budget was $30 million. Some good things about the film, at least the Dragon Balls actually look like the freaking Dragon Balls. Heck, they were definitely the correct size. And
wait, was Krillin even in the movie?
No, Krillin was nowhere in the movie at all. He was absent. It was just the only characters from the action series who were in the film were Goku, Bulma, Yamcha, even though Yamcha was completely a dumb character in the film, and he didn't have the wolf fist. He was some guy who basically could fire guns.
Wait,
yeah, Roshi, nothing like Roshi at all, and Piccolo and a character who is assumed supposed to be Mai, but is not Mai at all.
It wasn't Mai. It's a new character Piccolo ready to pick that for some
okay, yeah, it's Mai. People call it the endurance challenge when they talk about Dragon Ball Evolution and the Avatar live action movie. That's considered an endurance challenge.
Yeah, and I noticed this in the Black Goku saga. And I thought this was really interesting. They made they made the future version of Mai. They made her future Trunks' love interest.
Yep. First of all, that should not even that timeline shouldn't even exist.
Well, that timeline
somehow it does. It's really bizarre.
Well, I think they just gave him a starting point. Like, okay, here's a point of this timeline.
Dragon Ball always had shoddy continuity. Like even what's his name? What's the name of the space patroller that was set before the actual start of Dragon Ball itself?
Who? Jocko?
I think his name is Jocko.
Yeah, Jocko. That Jocko miniseries. It turns out it was a prequel to Dragon Ball because his whole plan was he had to stop Goku from landing on Earth.
Yeah. Well, you're under the rock, buddy. But his man.
That happened like 2012, 2013. He made a little miniseries that people were surprised that they actually brought up Goku's mom as well.
Yeah, and they pretty much had it like they basically retconned or basically I don't know, they fucked around.
They gave Vegeta brother.
They did.
Yeah, and also they brought in Bulma's sister who only appeared once in the anime.
But Launch is still disappeared. Launch is still gone because Toriyama forgot she existed.
Or that was just a Toei fucking shit.
Actually, in the Black Goku
Toriyama forgot she existed.
No.
It was his fault. Like I said, him and Araki, or I could tell they're friends because when you read their stories, you could tell that there are times where they literally either forget things or they just make shit up on the spot.
Yeah.
Araki, Who's what's
Like
series
Jiren.
did he do?
Oh yeah. Edgar, how do you feel about there's only 3 episodes left. Vegeta's gone. It's literally, some people think that Goku and Jiren are gonna tie. They're gonna knock each other out, and Frieza's gonna be the last one standing because Vegeta showed up.
That's my
Okay,
friend.
Jiren.
No, shut up, Tevye. Shut up. I'm talking.
Like I said, you gotta watch. You gotta watch it. You either gotta watch it online or just wait.
Yeah, wait.
I can wait.
I mean, yeah. So be quiet. No, just telling you, because this is something that you don't know what you're talking about.
Actually, I do know one thing that people can talk about. Jiren.
Well, who cares? My problem is with this whole thing, with this whole entire saga, is it's a very mixed bag for the saga.
I can't tell if it's dragged on or not.
I don't think it's dragged on. Well, it was dragged on because half the shit you just could have just added all that shit, like have gathering all the team members, getting all the stuff that could have been put in, like, let's just say 5 or 10 episodes, and it's just like a lot of it was just missed opportunities.
Oh, that was the most disappointing.
That one too. You better wait and see, because we're not telling you. The fact is, the whole entire fucking saga, it was highlighting Jiren and Goku, and they hyped up as fuck on Ultra Instinct, and it was a fucking waste of time, if you ask me, because it was a waste of time, because it got his ass kicked. That's like having, let's say, if Goku turned to Super Saiyan 3, and it's the first time we see this form, and pretty much he fights Boo, and Boo just clobbers the shit out of fucking
Actually,
Goku.
everybody got mad because Frieza replaced Boo.
Well,
Why?
Boo wasn't he fell asleep. That's why.
But he got stronger. He slimmed up because he trained, and people thought, oh, this is what we're gonna get Boo, and all of a sudden, oh no, we're bringing Frieza back, and Frieza has almost done next to nothing. Even in his golden state, Toppo who ran a train on this dude.
Where's
Dude,
Boo? Why
Yeah,
did
and
Boo
also,
in
I think I'm going to apparently, I'm not sure how this is. Apparently, everybody's forgot that Frieza's still there. He has not been eliminated.
Oh no,
yet.
that's the theory.
He's still in the tournament.
Frieza's going to be the last person there because people forgot.
Well, because everyone, first of all, it's kind of like setting it at that up where you have Frieza literally, that's another thing. Frieza is I think personally he wants to be the last guy to be on the ring. But yet again, I just don't see it happen because we only got 2 more episodes or 3, whatever. And
I heard it's going to end in the next episode because the last 2 are going to be epilogue episodes.
And 17 is dead probably because he blew himself up, and everybody's
he's
okay.
gone.
Yeah, the judge is like, okay, he blew himself up, so there's nothing to do.
There's nothing there's nothing. But yet again, it's just whatever. He's gonna come back in the next fucking saga, the next storyline. Don't worry, he'll be back. It's just
I like the story though. I like Vegeta. How Vegeta left.
Personally for me, I kind of feel like Universe 6 should have teamed up with Universe 7, and it would have been okay, the battle for Universe 7, battle for Universe 6 and 7 over Universe 11, have where both 2 teams, Goku's team and freaking fuck.
You had Champa and you had Beerus' teams against each other, but that wouldn't have worked anyway. Jiren would just slaughter them all anyway.
Yeah, but true. But you would at least have a tag team fighting them. At least you would have some a big I want to see another round between Goku and hit again, because that round 2 was fucking for shit because the animation.
That's the problem. People kept ever since episode 100. They kept hammering the idea of Goku has to unlock Ultra Instinct. Goku has to do this. Only Goku.
Vegeta was Gohan's never going to get that.
No, Gohan's never going to try to get it. It's done. His character's done.
Personally, Gohan's character development, really, like the only reason why he joined this tournament was to protect his family. Once this tournament is all over, he's back to being where he was. And I know a lot of fans literally don't like that, but that's like he wasn't that character that really wanted to fight. Even Z, where he's always like let's just say, can we work things out or whatever
he was always peaceful, but he was pushed to his limits, and everyone loved that fact.
Yeah, everyone loved that.
Yep. Yeah. Also, I love that.
That was supposed to be the Frieza saga. Then it was supposed to be the Cell saga, where Goku dies off, Gohan's the new protector, and then it just kept going.
No, that wasn't gonna be. That was never gonna the option.
Because people want Goku to be the real.
No one can deny that Gohan's biggest moment of the entire franchise is when he killed Cell.
That is ultimate. Right when he unlocked Mystic.
Ultimate.
I remember the anime for the Buu saga. Apparently, Fidel remembered seeing him on TV fighting Cell.
That was awesome.
But my biggest problem with Goku getting this white hair Ultra Instinct, it's the Superman factor.
Superman 5.
No, it's not. It's the whole
because apparently he can't defeat it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. Like, it's the like Jiren. Here's the thing about that. He is at that point that what's that word?
Unbeatable.
He's basically that force. Jiren was that ultimatum.
It's a force of nature, like the ultimate force versus the unmovable object.
Yeah,
which one is something's gonna happen?
I mean, and also like Goku, they wanted to have where Goku gets this big feat, and that's the whole plan of theirs. But the problem with theirs, with this whole entire this entire fucking saga, it's like they hype this fight up. Now they're having round 2. Personally, in my opinion, I really just don't care who wins. Because I'm at that point now where with this storyline where I'm like, really, we know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a fucking back and forth fight, or it's going to be a draw, or it's going to be a stalemate where they both got knocked out and Frieza wins. Frieza is the one standing and Universe 7 wins. I mean, like, it's that or thing, or Goku beats him. That's it.
Or Frieza cheats.
He doesn't cheat. This is Ultra Instinct. He's got the ultimate form.
No, not Goku. I meant Frieza.
Frieza.
Oh, damn.
Dude, he ain't gonna fucking cheat. He knows Goku. Like, this is the thing, Tevia.
There's nothing Frieza can do in this situation. There's literally nothing he can do because apparently Jiren transcended gods.
Yeah, exactly. Jiren is at that level. Yeah, Tevia, just
he transcended gods because he could transcend time. You gotta watch it.
He's at that power.
I'm gonna point this out when it comes to God's destruction. I thought there would only be about 2 left at this point. You know, the destruction of Universe 11 and 7. Is there several other gods? I thought all the universes were erased.
No, they're all erased. The gods are the only people who are left are angels because angels are different.
But there are some god of destructions there.
No, I did see a couple of non-angels. One like it didn't like any the normal angel with the strange looking collar on their neck.
Oh,
one of the gods is
Xenos
Egyptians the gods do.
Yeah.
It's got this big furry guy.
Let me just say this. Oh god, hold on, be right back.
Wait, also another thing, what was up with that robot god of destruction? It turns out he wasn't really a robot, he was just a guy in a robot suit.
I don't know.
Yeah, that made no sense at all.
It turns out he was just some demon-looking guy in a robot suit, and I'm like, okay, so apparently robots can't become god of destruction. You have to be a living creature.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I would say the most interesting one of the other gods, excuse me, was probably the god of destruction of Universe. I think it was Universe 3, the one who was a woman. She was the most interesting one of all the gods of destruction.
Yeah, because she's based off of Cleopatra, and she's also a vain. Like Toriyama put out a list of strongest from weakest. She's number 8, I believe, on the line, and the thing when it comes to her is everything is about beauty, and if something looks ugly, she just erases it. Even it doesn't matter about mortal level. But I know what you're talking about.
When it comes to other ones, like
the other
like
4
Choppa is all about eating. Beerus cares
all
more about
eating.
sleeping than
Beerus
actually
never
committing
did his job
destruction.
properly. But then again, it turns out that the Kaioshins are supposed to work with the God of Destructions. But instead, the other God of Destructions never did that.
He does the Omni King.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know. Edgar, I know what you're talking about. He's talking about universes 1, 12. I think it was what? Not 6. It was.
It was there was some God of Destructions there, but anyway.
Yeah, they're talking about the four universes where their mortal level was over 5. Yeah, they got to stay.
Yeah, because of that. Well, I mean, like, but my problem is, with this storyline is it's just more likely it's just more for me. It's just like I didn't like how Universe 6 went, like how like they went out of the door way too early, in my opinion.
We all knew that because Vegeta even said he was going to use his wish to wish them back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I didn't want that. I wanted to see another round between Universe 7 and Universe 6 and have them tag team fight. Because, like, honestly, like, why don't they just tag team fight and then we'll save our battle for the last one and highlight that. But yet again, this is Goku's big moment. This is Goku's big storyline where he wanted this tournament. And it's his story, but it's like, this really just makes me like, okay.
Well, we all knew the end game was going to be Goku versus Jiren. It's just people.
Why?
Why?
Because Goku's the main protagonist. He always has to be because no Dragon Ball Z fan will not let it happen.
Oh,
exactly. But that's a fact area. But now you're at that point now where you're basically now he's at the level of Superman. How much more can you do with him? Because there's really, like, when you do a Superman comic, it's like, what can you do with him? This guy could literally do anything on his own. And it's just honestly,
what people are saying, like, this is why they're bringing that movie to go on a break and try to figure out what to do with the Dragon Ball Z. Because, like I was telling my friends, where do you go after this Universal tournament, this big ass tournament? Where do you
go?
My biggest guess is go do the Time Breakers, which is from the Demon Realm, and yeah, you could bring in.
That's the only thing that's left. No, see, that's the only thing that's keeping me watching this because we still know the Makaioshins are things that were referenced since Dragon Ball Online, but they've never been seen.
Yeah, they never fully explore, and they could add. They could.
One thing I would like to see them do again, and I love this when they did it. Doing a crossover with One Piece.
Actually, I got better idea.
Non-canon crossovers, but I don't think they have time because Oda's a very busy person.
Yeah, in the case of the last crossover, it's easy to place exactly where this could take place in the DBZ canon, like right after they defeated Boo.
Actually, I got better idea.
Yeah, but actually, I've seen people say, why don't they let Xenoverse become canon? Like, you could bring the Kai of Time, the Supreme Kai of Time, you could bring her in.
They could do that whole time controller stuff and all that crap. But, like, honestly, like, I think it's going to get to that point if they keep Goku and just all that shit. But yeah, but I would like to see. I like to see Oob and Goten and Trunks and Pan be, let's say, get more character development and let's just say better redeemed. But
it's going to take some time for that. But
they
are making.
one thing I would love to see the show do, and. Okay.
I'll see you guys later.
I don't know if the show ever would do this. Is reference another villain besides Garlic Jr. Like, what if in the show they make canon the Cooler films?
Actually,
that's not bad either.
Like that because Broly is actually going to become canon because that's the main antagonist of the new movie.
Wait, what?
Really?
That's impossible.
They're going to resurrect
Broly.
Broly?
Died.
That's the new movie. That Broly is going to become canon.
Why? Forget Broly.
Because we're out of ideas. Because they're literally ran out of ideas at this point.
I said you cool.
I mean, if you want to think of an interesting idea, why not bring back Cooler again? Because he was an awesome villain.
Yeah, he was awesome villain.
To see him work side by side with Frieza, aside from a one-off special.
That nigga actually what the hell Frieza's race is. Because apparently they can reproduce asexually.
I actually preserve my video because I do want to see cool one character. I do want to
because you look at Frieza, Frieza's a guy.
Wait, here's an idea. What if people? I just realized something a long time ago.
You baby.
Dragon Ball Z made a wish where they brought back everyone that was killed by Frieza or Frieza's men. How's Planet Vegeta never been brought back? That just not dawned on me.
I think I do have a theory on that. I think because it's probably was destroyed because it was destroyed years before the series, and it's probably the most recent back because it's kind of similar rule they have with the Dragon Balls.
Okay, but they can use the super. Well, I'm not gonna go with the Super Dragon Balls because that's another thing in itself that shouldn't even exist.
The Super Dragon Ball, the more for guys only.
Those Super Dragon Balls so far.
Their plot armor. I mean, their plot convenience because they can do anything. They can even bring universes back. Apparently.
Wait, what?
Series copy of the Earthverse 7 or Universe 7. That's really all they did.
Yep, and that's what it.
The Super Dragon Balls, they're better than the regular Dragon Balls because these things can actually wish back universes.
The Super Dragon Ball, actually, for what I saw in anime and the English dub, Super Dragon Ball,
out of all the people who want wishes, Vegeta's wish is the most unselfish. I know that 17 wanted a boat for his family, which he could
Oolong
easily
made
get that because
wish in Dragon Ball. He wished for the world's most comfortable pair of women's panties.
Yep.
Yeah, if he wanted a boat for his family, why not ask Bulma to give him a boat anyways because she's rich?
Actually, I saw some fan theories that what if Launch is Android 17, well, Cyborg or Lasley's wife?
What?
Launch. Like I see some people say, what if Launch is his wife?
Okay.
Or better yet, how about they make Dragon Balls
around? I have no idea why this is. Apparently, Launch was chasing Tien for years.
Yeah, that was canon. She was looking for him for a couple of years, but then she just disappeared. And that's when Toriyama
I don't know why she was looking for him for. And now, apparently, this girl who popped up before the Universal Survivor Tournament started, apparently she was an old classmate of Tien's when they were in the Swan School. Swan Master School.
Yeah, the
School of the Dragon.
Yeah, and she decided, like, okay, become a student at this academy and fight whenever she feels like it. And it's implied that she's attracted to him.
Quick question.
It doesn't matter. It just does not matter, Tavia. It really doesn't when it comes to Dragon Ball Z.
I can speak of Dragon Ball, I know this is bad, but shit, I have no idea. Why not bring back Baby? Because she's the thing.
No.
Baby's from GT.
Baby, what a good
GT,
villain.
as far as I can tell, is not canon.
Baby was a good villain. I like Baby. Baby had to be into villain. I think my
David, this is the problem. This is the problem. The reason why Baby Arc even exists in the first place is because the Black Dragon Balls existed, but they don't exist. Therefore, there's no reason to go into space. Therefore, there's no reason to bring Baby back.
You can still bring him back without the Black Dragon Ball crap.
But what's going to make you want to go into space?
Is that
GT
is not canon anymore. They deemed that show not canon when Super came out.
No, I mean, like, even then, the only reason that plot even existed because they had to go into space, but it's been confirmed even by Beerus that there is not a lot of planets with life on them because Beerus just blows anything that he feels like up.
So the top one is gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
He's according to what I heard before the tournament started, he said there was only 8 planets left in the whole universe that had sentient life on it. I'm sure the other planet besides Earth is probably New Namek.
Technically, I think they're just kind of saying that just to keep there. I think there's other planets. They're just too. Beerus is just too lazy to go look for people because he sleeps a lot.
Technically, the top ones out they were wiped out by the Saiyans. So I think they're the way to bring Baby back.
Because the Saiyans work for Frieza and Frieza worked for Beerus. So it all worked itself.
Shit. So the top ones
that was that retcon that apparently Beerus authorized Frieza to destroy planet.
Yeah, but when he goes to sleep, Frieza was supposed to go around blowing planets up for him.
Yep. And that planet, they're back where you can Frieza died.
That's why I said like the truffles would never exist
because Frieza got killed. He got killed like, wow! I think he's been killed like 3 times in the series.
Yep. My first time was Goku.
First he got killed by Goku. He got sliced to pieces by Future Trunks, and he got killed again by Goku.
Yep.
That's why I said like he actually is only twice because he half killed him because he still survived that planet.
Yeah, then he got sliced to pieces by Trunks, which he does remember that. He does remember he sliced to pieces by Future Trunks.
I was gonna say like the Future Trunks line with Trunks, that stuff should not even exist because one, Maya's in it, and that shouldn't even exist in itself because The androids don't exist. I mean, the Cell Saga was averted. By the time Mai and them came back, the Cell Saga was way averted.
Yeah, apparently he said that the way that the timeline works is that he's from an alternate universe.
Yeah, but that still makes no sense because she doesn't exist in that timeline. But hey, it's Toriyama and his toys, so they can just do whatever the hell they feel like.
Timeline confusing.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Mai and Trunks. You know how you have the young Mai and young Trunks, where it's implied that
oh no, they're not
Trunks
has a making it. She's in go. She is in game.
Yep.
What to get his mother's fortune?
No.
Wait, what?
They're gonna hook Trunks and Mai up. They're gonna eventually do that. That's the end goal.
Yeah, whatever.
Battle of Gods. Like this is gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I was hitting Battle of God. You're hitting at the end. And
yeah.
Oh yeah,
and this is something I think I don't know if it's the fault of Toriyama or the show creators where Goku completely forgot about Pilaf because Pilaf was the first villain of the franchise. Well, that Goku fought, and yet Goku doesn't remember Pilaf at all.
Because Goku got short-term memory. Because if you're not strong or not interesting, Goku will not remember you. Because Toriyama said in an interview, the only reason he fought the Red Ribbon Army was because he just so happened to be there when people were being terrorized.
Yep.
And what about Frieza? He remembers him very well because he beat the crap out of him.
Strong, and Frieza's one of the reasons why he became a Super Saiyan. He's never going to forget that.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think I would think now if even though that Goku forgot about Pilaf, I would think Bulma wouldn't forget about meeting Pilaf because in dungeon.
Actually, Goku has forgot a lot of people.
How about Yamcha? Yamcha probably remembers him very well.
Pilaf just been useless, so he did that what he's usually doing.
Normal canon, there's even in fillers, it's been shown that Goku has a short-term memory. He doesn't.
But it seems like ever since Pilaf was introduced, he has something really big. I mean, I remember from the original from the Dragon Ball anime, like after Goku beat him, he popped up in River Ramen Saga. We gave them a Dragon Ball, disappeared for a while, then show up again to the King Piccolo Saga, where he was basically sort of blackmailed to work with him because he was afraid of him. And then him and his crew got dumped, never seen again. They popped up occasionally in DBZ, where they did virtually nothing. And then they show up in Battle of Gods where they stowed aboard. I think it was because in the film, I think it was in the film
GT where they reduced their age. It's the reverse plotline to GT where instead of Goku getting younger, they got younger.
Yeah, I remember that in the film it was a different location for Bulma's birthday than it was in the show.
Yeah, they had to change.
I think in the film, I think it was.
In the show, they got boat. Yeah, in the show, that boat.
In the manga,
there was a boat in the film field, and Vegeta's response to Beerus was different in the show than it was in the film. In the film, he knew exactly who Beerus was. He was acting very nervously around him, and then when Bulma got slapped, he said, "That's my wife."
Yeah, that's a woman.
Actually, like I said, the
manga show he said, Bulma. Which everyone thought was so funny.
It's really, really different because in the anime, that first episode, they showed Beerus blowing up only half of that planet. In the manga, he blew up the entire planet because he realized they tried to poison him. But in the anime, they say, "Oh well, since your cooking was kind of lousy, so I only blew up half the planet."
Yep.
Yeah, but in the film, it was actually a lot more hilarious. Accidentally blew up 5 planets, and then Whis turned back time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like Dragon Ball, when it comes to continuity, especially with the anime, the manga, and the TV, or at least with the movies.
Yeah, it's completely different, I know. But the manga is coming out after the episodes. In the manga, currently, they just started the Universal Survivor Tournament after. They're on chapter 33. Apparently, that just came out, and they're now just starting the Universal Survival Tournament.
Yep.
Plus, first they had to do a lottery to see who goes first because the gods of destruction had to battle each other, and all the gods ganged up on Beerus because Beerus didn't. Basically, the reason why those other 5 or 6 universes got destroyed was apparently Xeno was holding a hide and seek contest. All the gods can go into any universe. Beerus went onto a planet and he fell asleep, so Xeno got mad and he deleted a couple of universes. So they said that's why they all hate Beerus.
Yeah. I remember according to Whis, he said originally there were 18 universes and they were struck down to 12.
Okay,
because Xeno got mad. And they never explained in the anime. And then they explained in the manga, It's because it's Beer's fault. He fell asleep.
Yeah.
So Zeno got mad.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, the other guy did a good kid. That's a good kind of cute.
Yeah, I know people have been theorizing ever since Universe 9 was destroyed that apparently
The
it's
Grand Priest is
implied
evil.
that the main villain in this arc might be the Grand Priest, but the only proof of that is seeing how he reacted, seeing the thing he did when he ordered Universe 9 to be erased. Aside from that, he's done nothing.
No, people say because he got like this evil brand and the angels, like some people theorize, the whole reason is
main
because he wants to free the angels. But I've seen a different theory that states the reason why this whole arc even exists is because he wants to show Zeno that life in the universes are worth it. Because they're saying, look at this big tournament, and you can see Zeno is very happy and excited to see all these people fighting. And they think with the Grand Priest, when he says when it's done, there's only 4 universes. Well, there's 5 universes left, but you can't have this much excitement because there's only 5 universes left.
You can have.
He'll bring back the other universes, and he'll actually start holding tournaments to watch, good fighters just to fight in front of
The
him.
one universe I have not seen people from yet is Universe 12.
That's because, like I said, 1, 12, I think it's 4 and 8. They're exempt.
Wait, what do you mean exempt? I mean, erase?
There's a mortal level, and their mortal level is above 5. 5.0.
Yeah, I think the only universe participating this term was 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, there's 4 universes that were exempt because their mortal level was too high. And it turns out...
Yeah, apparently, according to the rating for Universe 7, it was second from the bottom, which I'm like, how is that possible? Because of Goku.
Universe 9
was the reason
was the
why
lowest rank, and Universe 7 was the second lowest rank. No, wait, I think Universe 8 was the one with the rank. I forget which one it was. The other 2.
I can't.
Universe 9 was the one that Goku, Boo, and Gohan face off against those 3 werewolves.
No, Universe 8 was the one that was being held by that rat. Was their god of destruction was that rat who hated Beerus, but but then again, it's like cat and mouse. They naturally hated each other.
Yeah.
Of course they wait.
I know it's been kind of confirmed that all the angels are all related, like brothers and sisters.
Nope.
Yeah, because the Grand Priest is their father.
Huh?
But here's the question: who is their mother?
You don't need a mother. Like God made the angels, they could just all be not. Well, technically, that makes sense because the angels got gender.
Yeah, because there's actually 2 female ones. There's actually, I think it's about 2 or 3 female ones. Like there's one for Universe 6. One's a little girl.
One for 11.
I don't know who the other 2 are.
One for 10. One for 6. One for Universe. 11. And then there's one for one of the other exempt universes. There's 4 females.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of Choppa's angel. Do you remember the name of Choppa's angel?
Yeah. She's basically bottles or vodka.
She is a stunning woman. She's very stunning.
All the angels are based off of alcohol. Each of their names come off of alcohol. Like Beerus is beer, Champa is champagne. Yeah, Whis is whiskey, Bottles is vodka, Margaret is margaritas.
Yeah, I don't know what the names that much.
Yeah. Tibia, do you know who voices Whis in the dub for Dragon Ball Super?
I don't either, but he got a nice voice. He really plays the character well.
The guy who voices him, his name is Ian St. Clair. He's the same guy who voices Brook from One Piece.
Huh. Interesting. Like his voice is excellent for Whis, and that voice is Beerus is excellent. All the dub is great, but Black Goku.
Yeah, there's another series I watched recently where he did do the voice for. He did the dub voice for Toriko in the show Toriko.
Interesting. Question. The Black Goku. I went through an episode. In the episode, it's interesting, but the thing is explained. It didn't explain Black Goku's origin yet. Because I'm still.
You're not going to learn until damn near almost to the end of the arc.
Damn it.
The most bizarre origin stories. You'd be like, what? This is the origin story? And the ending is so bizarre. I'm not going to spoil it for you, Tibia, but it's one of the most bizarre endings to a saga I have ever seen for the Dragon Ball franchise.
Interesting. Well, until we get anything, I can't wait to get back. It was a holy shit. Okay, it's interesting.
It involves timelines and universe. It's very convoluted, very messy, and a lot of people thought that the entire surprise was lackluster, kind of.
Yeah, whatever. I'll find out when I cross that bridge.
Oh no, you're gonna find out,
Yeah,
and then you're gonna be confused. Prepare to be very confused.
When again, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But until then.
Yeah, when it comes to one of the actors for DBZ, do you know there's one actor who voices like at least three characters in the series? For the dub for the Dragon Ball Z franchise? Christopher Sabat. He voices Vegeta, Piccolo, and Yamcha.
I don't know.
I think he also voices Master Roshi.
I only know one guy's name who does Goku. I forgot. That was Chris.
I have never met the guy, but it's weird though. You have 4 characters voiced by the same guy. It's odd.
Here's something even odder. Dragon Ball Z Abridged is about to end.
Yeah, whatever.
Really?
I don't want the bridge.
Yeah, but Christopher Sabat is also doing the dub for One Piece, and he's the dub voice for Zoro.
Yeah, because that was Piccolo. Basically, all the people who went from DBZ went to One Piece.
Which makes sense because One Piece has to cover.
Yeah, because if you look at the cast, I mean, Luffy is basically the actors does it because I have her in the description here. She voiced Gohan. Nami, I don't know who she voiced in DBZ. She didn't voice anybody I saw. Zoro is basically Piccolo and Vegeta. Yeah,
Krillin
Usopp is the same dub actor for Krillin.
Yep.
Yeah, Krillin. Yeah, Usopp is Krillin.
No, Trunks is the guy who did Trunks, the future Trunks. It's Sanji.
Yeah, and it's basically different from Porky's.
Frankie is voiced by Patrick Stultz. That's the guy's name. I don't remember he did a voiceover for DBZ as far as I remember.
Probably not. No.
Let's see.
Okay.
Robin. I don't remember. I think she voices one of the short one. I think she voices either Puar or the pig. I don't remember his name.
Wait, yeah, we never got to talk about action cards. Just the comments I haven't this week.
We can do it next time because we got to wrap it up because I got to get ready for work tomorrow. So begin starting up a new week of work.
Okay.
No more breaks. But you guys can do your outros. The next time we'll start with Action Comics.
All right. You can find me you find my figure, my Twitter, my Twitch. And good job, Geek Guy 101. Stay tuned for our next discussion on maybe actually no, it's got the Batman underscore cut tomorrow because I really did put the Batman tonight, but that plans went. So I'm gonna do that one tomorrow. So next week, Action Comics.
And Nick.
On my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you also find me Google Plus and Twitter.
And until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.